racking money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down, tipping. Stacking, racking money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down, tipping. Stacking, racking money, power flipping. Ay, ay. Look. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look, Papa don't preach, teachers don't teach. Gon' reach, that's facts. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm making that cash stack. Bunch of O's like NASCAR, but it's really more like NASDAQ. Why they thinking that they hot when they really more like Quarter on me like a referee. Hating what they'll never be. Small top with a big bottom, yeah, shorty shaped like a letter D. Let her have it, then I let her be. If you love it, gotta let it grow. Crazy cause you really never know. When I'm hurting, never let it show. I'm a two-tone, two-phone, two-chain, new thing, lane whip, but you a broke. Low class, no cash, certified lame. I've been getting to it like I ought to. Couldn't pick, so I bought two. Understand why your chick came, I'm just trying to figure why she brought you. I'm really reppin' and I'm flexed up, and I ain't gotta tell him I'm next up. Sleep on the they rest up, but I'm up and I'm getting my checks up. Me and the fellas be high as propellers, they could tell us we great. Looking at like how do you figure unless you been talk about 8 figures. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look how we litty, we turned up the city, we raising the bar height. I been finessing, just look at them stressing, yeah, they been up all night. Sipping this water with somebody's daughter, she take what I taught her and build on it. Came in this game on that today, ain't in a couple years later, we still on it. Be hating on it, be waiting on it like a new season. I bet an acre on it, I put some paper on it like I'm loose leafing. Buying them assets, build me a cash net, I could fall in. Look at my last bet, ain't got a tiptoe, I'm all in. Think on the level they can't fail, and I roll me a J with the hate mail. Been doing good on the merch sale, all this bread on me look like a bake sale. Tell her what's really good, I be really good on a jaw jack. Send an email about the bread, I'ma hit you back with the call back. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Hey, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up. I got the pack, who got the roll up? I'm tryna pull up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I'm fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred by your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Smell the marijuana when I speed through. hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Shit, get your money, not your hate up. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm all the way up, I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you, I'm a coach now. Commentating through the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Make little baby tooted with her nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live.
Welcome back, guys, to another Wednesday night, another box truck testimonial. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. We got 32 in the building so far. We got 22 likes. Come on in. Hit that like button. Let's see who we got in here. I see Roger Lacey, Cincinnati. Mark Brown, VA in the building. What up, Mark Brown? We got LA in here, Atlanta in the building, STL in the building. What up? Shout out to Barbara Lee, I see Interstate Screw. Shout out to Detroit in the building. Asthma Rolling, West Coast in the building. What's going on? What up? Corey Jackson, what's going on? I'm going to put my playlist. Everybody keep asking me for my music. I'm going to put a playlist together and I'm going to drop it. Drop my playlist for y'all. I'm going to drop that playlist for y'all. What's good? Well, shout out to Big Herm, Lafayette, Louisiana in the building, Alabama in the building, Lafayette, Alabama in the building, Lafayette, Louisiana in the building, ATL back in the building. See you back at it. B More in the building. West Side and the East Side. Shout out to the West Side and the East Side of Baltimore. West Baltimore, East Baltimore. What up? New Jersey in the building. What's that? Meriden. Is it Meriden or Meriden, Connecticut in the building? Shout out to Fonzo the trucker. Shout out to all all my rig drivers, my semi truckers that's checking in tonight. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Asma Rowland for is he renewing his membership? Shout out to Asma Rowland for renewing his membership. Shout out to Nomad. Shout out to Nomad. What up? Heavy Goodman, Mo Detroit in the building. What up? What up? Joyner, what's going on? NC, North Carolina in the building. Shout out to Project 704 Media. I see Kirk in the building, snooping around.
Turkey.
Shout out Kirk.
Turkey
What up,
fresh.
Dallas? Dallas Jurassic Recording Operations. What up? Raleigh, North Carolina in the building. Everybody say they want the playlist. I dropped the playlist. MIA in the building. Shout out to Miami.
Hey,
What's going
Kirk
on? What's
said he
going
got
on?
his eyes on me. Kirk said he got his eyes on me. What are you talking about?
He got his eyes on you. All right, let me just pay these bills real quick, and then we're going to get this show started. Shout out to Rock Financial. Shout out to Rock Financial. Are you a small business owner and need a capital to take your business to the next level? Look no further than Rock Financial, your trusted partner in business financing. With Rock Financial, you can access a wide range of funding options, including business loans, lines of credit, equipment, finance, and even merchant cash advances. They work with businesses of all sizes and industries, so whether you are just starting out or looking to expand, Rock Financial has a solution for you. So whether you need capital to grow your business or purchase equipment or simply just manage cash flow, Rock Financial is here to support you every step of the way. Visit their website in the description below today to learn more and start your journey toward financial success. Thank you again to the sponsor, Rock Financial, for making this podcast possible. And to all the subscribers, remember your dreams and business aspirations are within reach with the right partner, Rock Financial. Your success is their business. So shout out to Rock Financial. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Hit that like button. Shout out to Pippi. Pippi, I see you. I see you, Pippi. I see you. Shout out to Asma Rowland. What else we got? Quincy Davis. Hold on. We got one Chicago. I see you. I see you. Shout out to Pippi. Welcome back, Pippi. We've been missing you, Pippi. We've been missing you. All right, let's get this show on the road. All right, another Wednesday night, another testimonial. The now controversial. This is a very controversial show, man. This show, 8 episodes. It only took 2 episodes to turn controversial. And now, man, it's like, man, listen, man, listen. You number 8. Right.
Hey, look.
So you say,
so it's gonna
oh,
be,
you
controversial too. You heard?
You seen the other 7, right?
I ain't worried about them. I seen them.
You seen them, right? So I don't want nobody. Don't DM me. Don't call Kirk. Don't DM Kirk. If your family watching, I'm giving your family fair warning now. Don't go crying because it's your fault. It's your fault. All right, if I'm going to hold people accountable and you don't want me to hold people accountable, then you need to hold people accountable. All right? All right, then. So unless you want people coming to you begging for money when they business fail, then stick your nose in their business and make sure they handle their business the correct way. Because if they come up on this platform, we're going to put them in the circle and we're going to hold them accountable. They're going to get on that wall for 2 minutes, no cover up. All right? So I don't want to hear it. Shout out to your family. Shout out to anybody else's family that's coming up here. Don't come up here and act a fool. All right. So now that we got that out the way, all right. So episode 8, and this is a special episode for me. I'm really excited about this episode because this young man is always in the chat. He's been eager to learn. This man has never booked a coaching session, with me, and he always, is in the chat, and he always makes it his business to let me know how much he's just learned from just my videos and my live streams. So I'm really excited to speak with him tonight, about his testimonial. So I want to introduce you guys to none other than one of the chat superstars, Big Zoe. Big Zoe in the building. What up, Big Zoe?
Big Zoe. Big Zoe.
What's going on, man?
From the RDU. Raleigh,
the
North
RDU.
Carolina.
Raleigh?
From Jersey. Originally from Jersey, but
what part of Jersey? What part of Jersey?
Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. Right? Who from Newark, New Jersey? Is that what's his name? The one-eyed guy. What's his name?
Fetty.
He in jail now. Yeah, Fetty Wap.
Not Fetty. Fetty not from. I think he from Patterson.
He from Patterson. Okay.
Yeah.
Who from Newark? Redman from Newark, right?
Redman, Arsenal, Sue Surf, all the battle rappers, Queen Latifah.
My song. Hey, my song from Jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Who else? Kyrie Irving from Jersey too. He from East
Okay.
Orange though, next to Newark.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to Newark, New Jersey in the building. All right. All right. So Big Zo, you up, man? Let's get to it, man. It's your testimony, man. Let's go. Introduce yourself.
All right, man. So my name is Zario Brooks. That's my government name. Like I said, I'm from Jersey. I've been doing. I've been on this road for, I would say, about 6 or 7 years in the trucking industry, man. Like I came a long way. I started as a company driver all the way back to 2017. I started at Coca-Cola Bottling Company. So I started there as a warehouse sorter, and then I was about 18 years old. So I started there when I was 18 years old, and then I worked all the way till I was about 20, and I started learning how to drive a CDL truck because I wanted to get my CDL. At the time, I ain't had no vision to start no business really like that. I just wanted to get my CDL truck, get my family out of where we was at, provide my family a better, lifestyle, more money, because these little jobs wasn't really kicking it, and I didn't want to go back to the lifestyle I had before. So I wanted to do the right thing. So I went and got my CDL at 21 years old. I got it through Coca-Cola. So when I
Mm-hmm.
got my CDL at Coca-Cola when I was 21, I started driving and passed the test. I failed the pre-trip first. So the pre-trip was like that pre-trip test is, first of all, the CDL test is not for the weak. You really got to study. You really got to put your mind to it because it's a lot of studying at pre-trip. You got to know all the parts of the semi-truck. You got to
Mm-hmm.
know everything. You got to tell the instructor everything, every part on that truck, what it do, how it function, everything. So I spent like a month and a half just straight up in my book, reading, put my mind to it. I said, I'm going to get this CDL no matter what. And I cut all distractions out, and that's what I did. So I got my CDL through the company. Once I did that, I started driving with them for another about 4 years. 4 years. So 2022 was when that ended.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 25.
25. So
So
2022 is when you left Coca-Cola?
I ain't leave. I got fired. I'm gonna tell that story. I ain't leave. I
Well,
got fired. So I got fired from Coca-Cola, which is my main source of income. And basically, how I got fired was I had the vision to start my business in 2021, right after COVID. So
mm-hmm.
right during the pandemic. So during that time, like I was seeing a lot of stuff going on in the industry. I was seeing a lot of influences coming up. I started seeing like different people was posting stuff, hyping it up. I was seeing
Right.
all these other influencers that was kind of like selling the game. So, you know, I was doing my research for at least 3 years before I even got my LLC incorporated. You know what I'm saying? So I got it incorporated in 2021. So that was when I started the vision to start my business. And
Mm-hmm.
once I did that, I was like, okay, cool. Which lane do I want to go? Do I want to get a box truck? Do I want to get a semi truck? Do I want to, cargo van? Like how I want to do this? Like I didn't have no clear vision like that. Only thing I want to do was start my own business, work for myself. So I said, I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna still do more research before I just jump out there. So that's what I did. So basically, so for 2021 all the way until 2022 was when I started putting stuff in more motion. I was like getting my business plan together. I did a business plan. I did all that stuff, fixed
Mm-hmm.
costs, what I thought it would be, the variable costs. I was doing the description. I had all my plans. I had everything drawn out how I wanted to do it at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, I said, I'm going to start a CDL. I'm going to get my semi. I'm going to get a semi, and I'm going to go over the road. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I thought I was going to do. So I started following people like, I don't want to, I started
I mean, it's your
following.
listen, it's your testimony.
Look,
People done name
look,
drop before. I mean,
look.
it
I
is.
mean, I'm about to name drop. I don't care, but listen, I was following people like Box Truck Shorty. I was
Okay.
following. I was following people like Coach Sheldon,
Mm-hmm.
and there was another guy trucking out the box. So I was following these people, and I was trying to like see what course did I want to buy, because I was like, they were kind of selling the game, but at the time I was just caught up in the hype with everybody else. But at the same time, I didn't want to spend that money they was trying to charge. Like,
This
yo,
still 2021?
yeah, it's still 2021.
What
Yeah.
type of money was they charging? I wasn't around then.
So Box Truck Shorty, his course was like, he wanted like $5,000 back then. Like, he was getting money.
Okay.
He was scamming for real back then. I ain't gonna lie to you, because he
Mhm.
wanted 5,000 off the rip. And he said he'll start your LLC for you. He'll start everything for you. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Uh-huh.
$5,000 to get up with him, and I was like, nah, I ain't had the money like that to do it. So then Coach Sheldon, I was gonna do him, but then I ain't like how that system was either. You know what I'm saying? And then
How much was he
trucking.
charging? How much was he charging?
I ain't gonna lie.
I heard he wanted like a dub sack back then, like 20,000. Wow. I heard his Father's Day sale was 10,000.
Yeah, that jump was crazy. I just didn't have the money to do it. Lord, thank God I had the money.
What was the money? What was the price?
Bro, I think it was like, I don't remember what the price was. I just know I couldn't afford that joint. I ain't gonna hold you.
It was more than the nickel Buddy was charging.
Yeah, man, because I was gonna get the bundle package. I was gonna get the whole thing when they walk with you and all that. And they, you go there, go where they go, and they walk with you and they coach you and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I was gonna spend the whole thing, but the whole time I'm trying to come up with the money to do it, because really I had a little bit, but I ain't had that much, and I didn't want to spend it on that. You know what I mean?
If you would have had the bread, you would have bought it.
Hey man, probably.
Oh man. All right, well, we
Hey,
glad
look,
you didn't have the bread. We glad you didn't have the bread. I know.
Because
All right, who was the next person? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because I didn't know what I know now, so it's being misinformed. But the next person was Trucking Out the Box, and then Trucking Out the Box, this rental route, stuff, I didn't like what they were talking about, because I called Enterprise and Ryder, and they were telling me $1,400, $1,500 a week just on a rental. And I'm like, that's not what they talking about on this internet, on this gram. They telling me it's gonna be $550 a week, all this stuff. So I'm like, so why is Ryder and them telling me that it's $1,500, $1,600 just for the rental truck? I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. So I was like, I ain't gonna do that either. So I let time go by, and now we in 2022 now, the beginning of 2022. Okay. I'm still doing research. So that's how I came up on you. I came up on you in January in 2022.
Wrong.
So that's, what you mean?
I didn't start my channel until April of 2022.
Okay, so it's April then. Okay, you sure? Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Finna go. We gotta be full transparency. Transparency. Maybe. Hold on. All right. April 2022. I'm finna share the screen. Hold on.
All right, so
I doubt if you was following me in April of 2022. Hold on. April 2022.
Nah, you know what? No. My bad. 2023. My bad. That's my fault. I got so much on my mind I'm trying to share. So yeah, it was 2023. That's what it was. 2023.
So you just jumped the whole year. So what happened in 20? So that whole story, was that 2022 you meant, or was that 2021 where you was researching?
2021 I was researching. I didn't do none of it because I ain't had the money to do it, and I wasn't focused anyway, so I didn't do it.
So what did you do in 2022 then?
Still doing research. Like I did a lot of research in the industry. Like I did a lot of research.
So you researched. Okay. So you researched all 2022 as well, right?
All 2022, and I was still working at Coca-Cola though. I was still driving CDL trucks.
When did you get fired from Coca-Cola again?
It was August of 2020.
August 2022?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you were researching box trucking simultaneously while you was at Coca-Cola?
Yeah, every day.
All right. So you got fired August of 22. We just want to make sure the timeline is right. You got fired in August of 2022. And then what? Because you got a family, right? You got two young kids and you got a family. Yeah. So when you got fired, what happened? We're going to talk about from when you got fired up until, because then you said after trucking out the box, you ran into me, right? So between you looking at them going the rental route, getting fired, to me, what happened in between that time frame? So that was like, you said you got fired August of 2022?
August 2022, yeah.
All right, so take me through August of 2022 to January of 2023.
All right, so after I got fired, which I just had an issue with the manager, and he didn't like me because I was going around telling people I would start my own business. So I was running my mouth too much, and it got around the warehouse and around the building. There was a lot of stuff going on, so I got fired basically, really for no reason, because me and him just had a disagreement. We didn't get along anyway, so I got fired randomly, 5 o'clock in the morning. Got fired, so I went back home and told my wife. I was like, "Yo, it's go time." And she was like, "Okay, what we gonna do?" I said, "I'm not really sure." She said, "Well, we need to start praying, because I got a really spiritual wife, I'm not gonna lie." And, she was like, "We gotta start praying." I said, "Go back to the drawing board." So I started going back to the research again, going back over my business plan that I had made months ago before this, trying to see what I want to do. Now,
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, my capital wasn't there, credit wasn't there, I ain't have nothing, man. This is when like the down point, like the worst part of my life started to happen once I got fired. Once I got fired, like I was the breadwinner in my household because I was making 70K a year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which ain't really nothing now, but at the time I thought it was something. You know what I mean? So I was making all the money, paying all the bills. So when I lost my job, it really hurt us, like really, really bad. So after I got fired, we started going through financial troubles. So my mindset was kind of off the business now because I'm trying to figure out. Go ahead.
Hold that thought. We got 71 in here. We only got 42 likes. I need to
Hey
get
man,
those
hit the
likes
like
up,
button,
man.
man. Hit that
You
like
know,
button because
let's get
get ready
those
to get
likes
real.
up, man. Let's get them
Get
likes
ready.
up, man. Let's get them likes
Get,
up. It don't cost nothing, Appreciation, just show appreciation for the content that, this channel was putting out in this space just by hitting the like button. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, man. That's all I ask. Hit the like button. This young man is taking the time out to, and it's, to tell his story, you know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of courage to come up here. And he's a younger individual as well, A lot of the people
25.
that have been coming up are older, so he's a younger individual. Let's get those likes up, guys. We putting out content. The box truck space is not as popular as it was during the pandemic, but I'm still putting in the work trying to help people save their business, turn their business around, and ultimately get their business to the next level. So just show a little appreciation by hitting the like button so, the content can get into the algorithm. All right. So you said you were going through financial situation. Did you have any
Yeah.
money saved up prior to getting terminated or
Had a 401k. I had a
okay.
401k, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I wasn't focused, man. Like I was still kind of dipping and dabbing into the lifestyle, going outside, going out partying before I got fired. I was kind of wasting my money doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was pulling out of my 401k too. Like I had 10,000 in there at one point. I was pulling it, just spending, just not being focused. So by the
Mhm.
time I got fired, I think I only had like 2,500 in there, man. I took that, and shoot, I had to pay rent for 1 month. I think or something I did with it, but yeah. So I had nothing to my name, like nothing at all. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
what did you do?
so
I
now
guess
we
you're finna
going,
tell us.
yeah. So now we going into like September area. I had to find me a little job, so I was working at FedEx, trying to make ends meet, doing the best I can. Then I was doing gig apps too. So I was doing gig apps, trying to like supplement, trying to bring bread in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was going okay. I think I was only making like 1,000 a week, no money at all. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I got into an accident in October. So when I got into an accident in October, that took me out the game. Like I was on bed rest for another like 2-3 months. It was a bad accident. Somebody hit me on the side when I was doing Amazon Flex. Somebody hit me, ran an intersection and hit me. After that, I was on bed rest, man. I couldn't really do much, man. My back was hurting, and I couldn't work. So we hit the fan, Mark. I ain't gonna lie. I lost a lot of stuff, man. My car was almost about to get repoed. Like we were behind our rent, like 2 months behind our rent. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, go ahead. You about to say
So
something?
this was around this time last year. You said October 2022, right?
Yes, around this time last year. No lie, around this time
Okay.
last year.
All
So
right. So
like,
then what?
man, scrapping, man, scrapping. Just trying to make ends meet for the next 2-3 months. So we going from October all the way to November. We still struggling, still struggling. Got a little money from the accident from my car. That paid some of the bills, got me through the next year. You know what I'm saying? So now we in January 2023, and this is how I
Mm-hmm.
found you. This is where I found you at. January
Jen.
2023.
Okay.
So I found you January 2023. Was bringing the new year in, and I
Mm-hmm.
ain't going nowhere. I was still hurt. So I was just like, I got to figure this out. I got to start this business. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do something. So I started researching again, trying to find somebody that was talking some sense. Came up
Mm-hmm.
along Mark the Mentor. You came up in the algorithm. Like I had put in box truck.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I put a cargo van because I started getting. My wife gave me the idea to start to get the cargo van instead. So that's
Mm-hmm.
when I started typing cargo van, and your video had came up about cargo van business. I can't name the exact title, but
Okay.
you was breaking down how to start a cargo van business. This is when you
Mm-hmm.
kind of was first starting out on your channel a little bit, and
Okay.
so you were like breaking down the type of insurance to get, the broker, find a broker, the type of vehicles to get, the type of supplies to get. You broke it
Mm-hmm.
down so thorough, man. I said, yo, who is this dude? I don't know who this dude is, but he the real deal. And I kid you not, like my wife could tell you, I
Mm-hmm.
watched you every single day almost, man. I started going through your videos from the previous months, trying to get more
Mm-hmm.
information. I gotta learn more about this guy because he talking some sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I just
Appreciate it.
studied what you were talking about. That's all I did. I studied your blueprint that you put up here for free to help
Mm-hmm.
people, and that's what got me the knowledge I have now. That's what got me here. So I studied you for another 2 months. So from January, February, and then March, I was like studying you. Mind you, I went back to work. You know what I mean? I had to go back to work. The bills are still coming in. I had to go
Mm-hmm.
back to work. You know what I'm saying? I started working at this beer company. Same thing as Coke. They deliver beer to the stores, driving CDL trucks. Did
Mm-hmm.
that. Then I hurt my back again. Re-injured my back. So I was out again. Now we in the middle. Now we in March now. Now we going
Okay.
through eviction. Like it got real. Like when I told you my back was against the wall, like I told you before, my back was really against the wall. Like we going through eviction now. Man, look, I had all type of thoughts going in my mind. Like I wanted to go back to the street. Like it was a lot of stuff going on in my mind. I'm sorry, I ain't trying to tear up, but it's real because like we really went through it for the month of March all the way to April. I ain't have nothing to my name, dog. Nothing. So now we going to court. We in the court. This is like April now. So I'm in court in the most embarrassing time of my life, man. I'm sitting in court and I'm like, man, like what am I doing here? Like how did I get this point? Like what did I do wrong to get us here? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm sitting in court and I'm seeing, I don't think you ever been through this, but like when you in court and you in eviction court, everybody's in one courtroom. You know what I'm saying? So the judge is like calling up different people for different situations that's involving
Mm-hmm.
eviction. So when I start hearing other people's stories, I was like, man, we blessed, man. Like we not even that bad, man. I said, what am I sitting here, my head down for what? You know what I'm saying? This is only gonna make us stronger. You know what I'm saying? And I kid you not, got through that situation. And it turns out that we still got evicted, but we didn't have to pay the rent back. You know what I'm saying? Like the judge is like, they just want the possession of their apartment back. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. We got up out of there, found a new place. Going during this time, I'm still trying to figure out how am I gonna start this business. I ain't had no job, like none. I said, how am I gonna start this business? In the backstage, my wife is working in the backstage. So she's talking to my brother-in-law. This is how it all started right here. Now my brother-in-law was real interested
Hold
in
on a second. I gotta stop. Hold on a
yeah,
second.
yeah, go ahead.
Hey, JG, right, man? Cause look, check this out. Check this out. The story he telling is real. Katina, Carson, and like I don't know what's going on with you, but this brother is up here telling his story. Like show some respect.
What's she saying?
You know,
I
I
see
don't
it.
know, but whatever's going on with you is going on with you. This brother up here telling his story. This ain't one of them type of shows. Show him some respect. Don't own your truck. Let a fleet. Like this ain't a teaching moment. This ain't I'm the teacher. This is my channel. I'm the teacher, but this ain't even this is a testimonial show.
Did she say don't
All
own the
right.
truck?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Pippi. Let's get control. Let's get control of this chat. Like, because the story that you telling is serious, and like, come on, man. Like, straight up and down.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going. Hold on. Like, I don't know. I've never seen this person in the chat before. You 16 years feeling stay away from, like, whatever, Pippi.
What?
Pippi.
I hope that ain't one of my
Or other moderators. This ain't that.
It might be somebody that don't like me, man. For real, I ain't gonna lie. I got haters, man. I ain't gonna hold you. So could be somebody that's trolling me.
No, it's not that. Hold on. Let me get control of this real quick. Let me get control of this. I don't want to hear nobody else's sob stories. You want to do your sob story, then email me at mark@thementormark.com, and then you can come tell your sob story on the screen. We don't want to see it in the chat while someone else is, brave enough to come up here to even tell us what he's told us so far before he's even got into the trucking. Like, I'm not the type of person that's finna sit up here and let that go on. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't got to watch me or not. I don't care, because I'm not making, but you're not finna come in here and disrespect nobody, especially when they, pouring their heart out and going through some traumatic stuff that he's brave enough to get up here and say. I'm not going to let nobody get disrespected, period. Sorry about that, man. But I'm not having that tonight. Not tonight. Yeah, all right. I apologize. So yeah, let's get them up out. Let's get them up out of here.
I'm glad I can't see it, because
let's get them up out of here. Let's get them up out of here. All right. Sorry about that. Where do we leave off at?
Man, I don't even know now. Like, sure,
you talking about you was in court. You was in court, and you saying that you was listening to other people's stories, and then you realized that you wasn't that bad off. They said they wanted to take possession. They weren't looking for any back rent. They just wanted to take possession back of the apartment.
So we got through that situation. So that's basically, we got through the situation and found another place. So during this time, my wife is talking to my brother-in-law. Me and my brother-in-law were real close. And I always would tell him about the business ideas I had. And so at this time, like, we started getting closer and closer and closer. Wifey put the word in that, yo, you should work with Zoe. You should work with Zoe. Like, he got these ideas. He's serious. You should work with him. So I went to go talk to him, man, and went in there with faith. Like, I didn't really ask for nothing. I was just telling him my vision, what I wanted to do. And he was like, man, like, I love the way you talking. You real humble, and, I want to help you. I said, what you mean help me? Like, what we going to do? He was like, yo, whatever you need, I'm going to help you. Let's make this a reality. I ain't had no money, none. I ain't had no credit either. I ain't have nothing, bro, like nothing at all. He said, yo, show me your vision, what you want to do. Told him what I want to do. I wanted to do the cargo van. I said, look, I'm going to start out in the cargo van, because I know that it's a low entry point. It's less responsibilities. It's easier to manage in my situation at the time when I was getting to the business with my back against the wall. I said, a cargo van, that's what I want to do. Okay, cool. He was like, let me know when you can go to the dealership. Went to the dealership, found a cargo van. It was a Ram 2012. It was a Ram 2021. Now, at the time, I was very.
This is your sister's brother. I mean, your girl's brother. I'm sorry.
This is my girl's sister boyfriend. I just call him brother-in-law, really, but
so your girl's sister boyfriend. So this is your sister-in-law's guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we went all the way across the town to look at a truck. It was a 2021 Ram. Had 35,000 miles on it. Basically pre-owned. Nothing was wrong with it at all. And he basically invested into my business, man. Like, he put the capital up to put the down payment, and he put the truck in his name. Took a risk. Major risk. You know what I'm saying? He took a risk, I took a risk. And, like, he was like, look, I believe in you. We're going to get this thing right. I got that truck, sat in that truck for about 2 hours. No lie. Sit in the truck. I'm praying. I'm like, man, like I'm crying. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not no emotional dude like that. I've been through mad stuff in my life, but that moment wasn't the happiest moments of my life. But at the same time, I knew what I wanted to do. But I was like, man, now what? You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do now? You know what I mean? But before I even got the truck, I already had conversations with Carrier Express, the 3PL I'm working with right now for the Staples contract. I had
Mm-hmm.
already talking to the operations manager before I even got the truck. So
Mm-hmm.
once I got the truck, I was able to solidify that contract. So I got the contract as soon as I got the truck. So that's how I
Okay.
started. So I basically started up and running in April of 2023.
So April 2023, you got up and running. So you had your LLC, your
I had my
DOT, right?
LLC. I had my LLC in 2021. I
Mm-hmm.
had my DOT in 2021 too. I just had to get it reactivated again. So I
Okay.
had all that stuff in 2021.
Okay. All right. So your
My
your
32
your 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 girl's
wife. You
sister's
might say wife, wife,
your
wife.
wife. I'm sorry. Your wife's sister. So your sister-in-law's guy. He's
Yeah.
your business partner, basically. He's your business
hmm
partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
he put the down payment. You didn't tell us what the down payment was. You said
10,000.
so he put 10,000 on the van. How much was the van?
35.
So 35,000. You got a Ram, a 2021 Ram Pro Master, right?
Yeah. 2,500 high roof.
2500
hmm
high roof, extended length or
Yeah.
no?
Nah.
Extended length. No, not
No.
extended length.
No. It's not. It's not extended.
So
But
you ain't got the long one. You got the regular body high roof 2500, right?
yeah. So one. It
All right.
says 159. 159. That's the number behind it. But it's not extended. But it's still long though. But it's not extended. But it's still a pretty good size. I ain't gonna lie. Still a pretty good
Shout
size.
shout out to James for the super chat. Hey man, I'm loving the story. Cheering for you. It must be a Newark thing to be fully transparent about our situation. Salute. James is from Newark too.
City,
Shout
man.
out to James for the super chat. Shout
You
out to
already
James
know.
for the super chat. All right, so you got the van. Your your sister-in-law got put the 10,000
Mm.
out down.
We do a contract too. I don't want to get Mrs. Screw. Like I had a
We
contract and all that in place.
we gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. So he put
Yeah.
the van down, and you started working immediately for what was it? Carrier One, you said?
Gary Express,
It's Carrier
Staples,
Express. Okay,
off Depot Staples.
okay, okay. You're doing Staples, right? Right. You're doing
Yeah.
Staples
hmm
Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah. Monday through
All right,
Friday.
all right. Pick up where you left off. You got the van. You started working for Carrier Express.
hmm Now, once I did all that, me and him did a contract like before I even got the van. And basically, what the contract really just stated was I was gonna pay him back with interest in full, pay him back with interest until that $10,000 down payment that he put up is paid. After that, I got to go back to the contract what I put in the contract. But I was gonna give him percentage of the whatever the company makes each month after that $10,000 is paid. And this is all my idea. Like he didn't come up with none of that. Like this is
So,
all my
so, so he was an investor into your business, and your
yeah.
agreement is you're gonna pay him back in perpetuity, or no, or you just gonna pay him back. You probably don't know what that means. I gotta listen to Kirk. Kirk says I can't use big words.
Nah,
You know what I'm
use them. Tell
saying?
me what they
Hold on,
mean
no,
though.
no, no. That may be a little bit too much for you. Hold on. Let's slow this down.
Man, come on.
So, did you put in the contract that you're gonna pay him back the 10,000 with interest or no interest?
With interest.
All right. What was the interest?
I gotta go back to this contract, man.
Okay.
I got.
So
I
so
don't have
so
the
what
contract
what
up.
what was the term? Was it a term, or are you paying like a monthly payment back to him, or
Yeah, I pay $400 a month.
okay, so
Until it's
$400
paid.
a month. Did you set how
Until
many months, or
until it's yeah, I had it in the contract. I forgot to pull that up. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to pull that up.
okay, so
Hold on, I could do it right now though.
no,
Let me
you
get
ain't
that.
got to. I just thought that ain't nothing that you need to
Yeah, I
know
forgot.
offhand. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
forgot all.
I
We so good, man. It ain't never no issues. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot all about that. This to pull it up to say exactly what it was. I just know that I told him I was gonna pay him that 10,000 in full with interest, and then after that, he getting a certain percentage of the profits each month for my company in whole. Just for him taking a risk in me like that, cause he ain't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like without
Okay.
him doing it, you where I'm at right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Not
Okay. So you running for Staples, right?
correct.
That's Monday through
Week later.
Friday.
Week later. Hmm.
Okay. So let's talk about it.
So I'm running through Staples, and I actually started out with a good route. I ain't gonna lie. I started out with a good route. My piece
Mm-hmm.
count was averaging over 150 a day, man. Like this for my pieces alone. Now the thing with the Carrier Express is the more pieces you make, the more money you make. You know what I'm saying? I think
How much they
everybody
paying
knows.
you per piece?
Each piece each see the thing is each piece pay different because I
Mm-hmm.
do medical supplies too for Cardinal Health. So the Cardinal Health totes pay $2 a tote, and
Mm-hmm.
I be having at least 60 of those a day. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I be having Staples paper. Staples paper, they paying us $1.50 for each Staples paper, which to me ain't enough. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Ain't
that's kind of
enough.
low.
I don't like it. I don't like it. That's the thing I don't like. I don't like that at all. I already told him like that. That's corny because we be doing a lot of pay. I do be having pallets of paper going to these elementary schools, and to me, $1.50 for each pack of paper, that ain't enough, man. Especially when it takes about 20 minutes to bring it to the store when you got to down stack it from a cargo van to a dolly and roll it in there. That's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So I told the operations manager, y'all got to go up on this paper because $1.50 is
Well,
ain't. You know what I mean?
well, how many pieces are you getting for Staples?
Each day it varies, man. Like it varies. Like lately, I've been getting 195 to 200. When it's like that,
From
I'm
Staples? From Staples?
yeah,
Or is
yeah.
that Cardinal? Or is that Cardinal?
It's mixed. It's
Cardinal.
mixed. It's mixed. It's
So
mixed.
if you getting the $1.50 at 200, that puts you right at around $300.
Yeah, but that's not every day though. Sometimes it varies though, man. Like it's not every day. Some days I make 250. Some days I make 300.
Mm-hmm.
If a good day I might make 370,
Mm-hmm.
380. Depends on the
Mm-hmm.
pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like the most pieces ever put in that van was
Mm-hmm.
220. And I had to
Mm-hmm.
like really pack that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like really pack it. But that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. You can't you don't really know what you really gonna make each day because it varies, man. It depends on how heavy it is. This last week, I think I only had 200-piece days. The rest of that was like 80 and 90. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of one of those things. It's one of my market. It's my market too. The reason why they're not paying like they should. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they have a high turnover rate too. That's
Yeah,
why they have
you
a
in
high.
Raleigh. You in
Yeah, they have a
Raleigh, but Raleigh is it's coming up. Slowly becoming a tech town like Charlotte.
Mm,
You know,
it's coming up. It's coming up in the moving, but we're gonna talk about that moving.
yeah, we
it's com-
we've moved a lot of people to Raleigh, over the years, So I know Raleigh has got to be one of those towns because we've moved a lot of people to Raleigh. Probably in like the last 5 to 7 years, we moved a lot of people to Raleigh from Chicago. But okay, so you running Staples, they're paying you $1.50 a piece.
yeah.
And how was that going for you starting out when you first got started?
Mm. Let me go to my books, man. I'll tell you how it went for me.
We
I'm gonna
we
tell
got
you.
106 in here while you going to your books. We got 106 people in here. We got 71 likes. Y'all hit
Like
them
button,
like
man.
buttons.
We
Let's get
talking
them
about
likes
numbers.
up.
I want to hear numbers, don't you?
Let's get them likes up another 10 to 15%.
Don't
Appreciate
y'all
y'all.
want to hear numbers,
Appreciate y'all.
man? Yeah, it was
All right.
good. It was good. So all right, we in April. April, yeah, April wasn't good. I ain't gonna lie. April wasn't good at all. Cause I just started. So I started in the middle of the month.
Right.
So I ain't have a full month. I think I only had like maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, maybe.
Okay.
So April, I was truck happy too. Meaning I was driving the truck to pull up on people during that time. So I was wasting mad gas. Like I ain't have no type of chill at all. So I was driving a lot of gas. So during April, man, I spent in 2 weeks. I spent $339 in fuel in 2 weeks. Well, in a week and
Okay.
a half. In a week and a half, my income
Okay.
was only two. What says $221.41, but that can't be right though. Hold on one second. I don't want to. I don't want to exit out of this live, but I want to go back to the portal, and it tells me what I
Well,
made.
that was your first month. We're not gonna hold you accountable for your first month. So let's get to the because
But that
you had to transition. That you was just getting the van, you was getting your feet wet, and you was
I was
just
happy
starting
as
off in April
fuck, man. I
23.
was I was I was like a happy kid in the toy store man. I was freaking telling everybody pictures. I was just so freaking happy, man. So I wasn't really. I was just getting started, trying to learn my route, trying to
Mm-hmm.
learn the business. You know what I'm saying? How to manage fuel. All this stuff I'm trying to learn at the same time. So
Okay.
that was April, man. So we in April. So towards the end of April, this is where everything changed right here. So, excuse me. Towards the end of April, I was sitting on my porch, and like I said, like I'm a praying man, God fearing. You know what I'm saying? I love Jesus. I'm just gonna say what it is. So, and I was on my porch and I was praying, and God told me to start a moving company. I don't. At the time, I was like, moving wasn't even in my agenda. That wasn't even my business plan at all. I'm like, moving company. I ain't want to do all that work. I ain't want to do. I saw your videos and all that stuff. I was like, moving. What am I doing moving for? I don't know. And at the time, my father.
But what led you to do it? Was it the money not adding up? Was it not covering the costs? Like we want to know everything. Why did you want to go that way? When you was doing staples, was it just not enough? It's not what you thought. The income wasn't where you needed to
Well,
be to cover the
well,
cost of the
after
van.
after God told me to start a moving company, I was like, well, that makes sense because I need the money. Sure, I wasn't
But
making
I'm
no
I'm
money.
saying for so you wasn't so when you got your first settlement. Let me just ask the question. When you
Yeah.
got your first settlement, what was your first settlement for running with the Staples contract? Your first full settlement.
Hold on. Can you see me right now?
Yeah, but
Hold on one second.
if you're gonna knock it off the live, then don't worry about it. You don't remember it. You can't give us a rough number.
Hold on one second. If you could just hold on one second, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right now. I promise you. I'm already on the site. 1 second. Oh damn, it's not even letting me do it now. Let me just go back to live. It ain't letting me do it. I don't remember my first settlement, but
All
I
right,
know it
so
was.
don't worry about the numbers. What led you ultimately? Some had to lead you to want to supplement that income because if you would have been making money, enough money, then you probably wouldn't have did it. Was you not making enough to cover the cost of your expenses? You say you spent
Yeah,
$335 for that
yeah.
first 2 week in
I
fuel.
wasn't. I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't making enough to cover the costs of my expenses.
And let me ask you this: since your family member put the 10,000 up for the van, how
Hmm.
did you get the money for the insurance? Because you said you didn't have no money. So who did the down
My
payment for the insurance?
my Dukes did. My Dukes let me use her credit card, which I'm an authorized user on. That's how I started. So she said, I'm the only way I can invest is I can allow you to use my credit card to start and get your insurance.
So
So
who'd you go with for the insurance?
I got an insurance broker like you told me to get, and
Okay,
he put in front of National General. That was the cheapest I could get
okay,
for me, and that was at the time that was at 967
nine
a
sixty
month.
seven a month. Okay,
Yeah,
so you put
that's
the
a
down
million.
payment. Go ahead. You put the down payment with your mom's credit card, right?
Yeah,
And you pay 967 a month for the 20. Your van is a 2021, right?
2021.
2020,
Yeah. Hmm.
2021 Ram ProMaster, 2500. All right,
Yeah.
so you got the startup money for the insurance through your mom. You got
Yep.
the 10,000 to put down on the van from your sister-in-law's guy. How much is the note? You missed that. How much is the note for the van?
The note is 752. That's
All
what the
right,
note
so,
is.
so you paying 752 a month for the van for the Ram ProMaster 2021 2500, and then you paying another nine what for the insurance?
Now my insurance went up. Now it's 997. So 997.
So how much was it when you first got started? You said nine
Now
what?
967, but it went up
Nine.
though because I started
All
adding
right,
people
so
on.
it went up $10. So you was paying roughly 1720. Let's just say $1,700 a month
Yeah.
fixed cost when you first got started earlier
Nah, don't
this year.
forget. Hold on, don't forget. This then I don't know if you can see it. Dang.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about
so
what
that's my
you had.
fixed
What
cost. $400 to my brother-in-law
All
in the
right, you
investment.
gotta pay your brother-in-law
But I didn't
four.
pay. I didn't pay him until May though. I had a month to get myself together.
Okay, so then you paying your brother-in-law $400 a month back on his initial investment of $10,000. So you got a $10,000 loan from your sister-in-law's guy. We just gonna call him brother-in-law,
Yeah,
right?
bro. Yeah, yeah.
Brother-in-law. So you paying him $400 a month. So let's say 25 months. So that's roughly 2 years. So 2 years in a month. But that's without interest, right? So you paying him back. The principal is going to take you 25 months to pay him back the principal, and you don't remember the interest that you put on top of that.
It's in the contract, but
All right. So we just going to stick with
no,
minus the interest.
that is with interest though. That is with interest. It
No,
is
it's
with
not
interest.
because 10,000 divided by 400 is 25. So 25 months. So that's the
Okay.
principal. That's not with any interest. That's not with any interest added on it. So the principal is 25 months. Now whatever
Yeah.
the interest is, I don't know because you don't know it. So let's go. You sitting on the porch. You sitting on the porch and you thinking because you're not making enough money. You got $2,100 in fixed costs. You said you're spending about
Hold on. Yo,
$335. Hold on.
about to
You
go
spending
back to my
about
setup right now. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I
I
made.
know, but I got to speed to show up. I got to speed to show up. You know, I can't because them little dead spots. That's when you lose
Yeah.
the audience. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the 335. You said you spent the first week and a half
Yeah.
wasting money on fuel. So you weren't cognizant that this was a work vehicle and you just driving
Yeah.
around in the van like it's your personal vehicle, right? So
Exactly.
did you or did you not have a car?
I didn't.
Personal car. So you're using the van as your personal vehicle and as the work vehicle, right? So this is why you spending an overabundance of
Yeah.
money uh in fuel. Now something else that you mentioned before we continue with the story, you said
Yeah.
the van was purchased in brother-in-law's in his name, right?
Correct.
So this
Correct.
van isn't the business doesn't own this van.
Nah, the business doesn't own it. We
So
couldn't do it.
brother-in-law owns the van.
As for right now, yeah.
All right.
As for
So
right.
what are the I asked you that at the end. All right, let's go on. So you sitting on the porch, you talking to God, and it popped in your head. Was it because you saw my content, or it just popped in your head about the moving company?
Um, well, that and then I was looking at your content too.
All right, so
So
let's
yeah,
talk about it. You sitting on the porch and you say, okay, I'm gonna start a moving company. Let's talk about it.
correct. So May, I said I'm gonna start a movie company. I said, okay, cool. How I'm gonna start? So I just basically started. This girl from my church was the first person I moved, and she was in a 1 bedroom apartment. It was a really easy job, and I had somebody from the church help me out with that move, and I packed everything in my van, and that was my first move.
Who did you get to
So
help you?
somebody from the church, a good buddy from the church that we go to,
Did you have
and
to pay
he
him?
nah, I did that jump for free, man. I'm not gonna lie.
What'd you charge the lady to move her?
For free. I ain't charge her. I wanted to get my
Why'd you?
experience.
Oh,
Because I wanted to
okay.
see what it was like. You know what I'm saying? It was my first move. You know what I'm saying? It was my first move. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? But after that move, that's when it took off. It took off right after that. So right after that move, I signed up for thumbtack. And once I signed up for thumbtack, I started at $100, like you said, $100 an hour for a 2 hour minimum and $100 truck fee. That's how I started off. Exactly how you were saying. So that's how I started off. I started that off. I was doing 1 bedrooms and just a few things. So I was doing that for the whole month of May. Just using my
Okay.
van. Me and my father, my biological father, me and him was doing moves. I started off with one job a day, and then as my experience started kicking in, I started getting more jobs. I started averaging from 1 to 2 to 3 a day. So I'm doing all this while still moving the Staples contract during the morning time. So after the
Okay.
Staples were run, after I get off of Staples, I'll go jump back into the moving. And I was doing that every day, working 6, 7 days a week.
And this is in May. So you saying you was bunking in May then? You was
I was
bunking in May. All
starting
right. So
to.
what it may look like?
I'm going there right now. So, all right. So May I gross total income was $4,775.83. I
Okay.
made
Is that with the
I made
moving, or is that a combination between the moving and Staples?
a combination.
Okay.
So from Staples I made, it says, well, it's a combination here. So it says I made uncharacterized income, so that was probably the moving. It was $1,808.83. Staples I made 29.67. So that was during the May time. So during
Okay.
May, fuel I spent $422.15 in fuel. Gas was
Okay.
kind of cheap back then. It was a little cheaper than what it is now. So that's what I. So I only spent $422 in fuel that month.
Okay.
But for job supplies, I was buying dollies. I brought an appliance dolly. I was buying shrink wrap, and I was buying a little bit of blankets, whatever I could afford. Because remember, I was still starting out, so I still ain't had what I really needed. So for job supplies, I spent $693.83 for job supplies, and then that's why I paid my brother-in-law the $400 that month too. Meals and entertainment for $59. So my total expenses for that month was $1,287.68. So my net income was $3488.15. Still low. Still low.
Wait, you said you made $4,000 that month total, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So how was your net income 3,400?
That's what it say. Oh, because the expenses was $1,287.68.
If you made 4,000 and your expenses was 12, that puts you in the twos.
Well, right here it says 3488.15 for my net income. That's what it say
So
here.
so you said, how much did you say you grossed again combined?
Combined 47 75 83.
47, 47, 45.
Yeah.
And what was your expenses again?
47 75 83.
47, 75. I don't worry about the
80.
83 cents. And what
All
was
right.
the expenses?
1287 68 cents.
Oh, okay. You made more than 4,000. That's why I made a mistake here. All right, so 34.88. All right. And that was with fuel,
Yeah.
insurance,
Yeah.
cost of the. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Where was your expenses again? What was the total for your expenses again?
1287.
That can't be right.
No, insurance wasn't paid that month. I already paid insurance already.
So
So
your note
insurance,
was 750 plus the 400, right? For your brother-in-law, right?
yeah.
That's 1150. Plus you said you spent another what, 600 in materials?
It says 693.87. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Something ain't right. That's almost $2,000 right there.
$2,000 in net income.
Oh, and expenses.
Oh yeah, $2,000 in expenses. Yeah. That's what it say here for this month.
Yeah,
This is
your
when
numbers off. Your numbers off somewhere. Your numbers off somewhere. But let's go to
it,
June. Let's go to June.
it, it says ask my accountant $774.68. So this is
But
what
see, here's the thing. Before I got to the calculator,
yeah.
I'm adding it up in my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if you take the insurance off, you still got the truck note. You still got brother-in-law. That's
Yeah.
1150, 1200 right there. You
Yeah.
said you spent another six something in materials. That brings you up to about 1800 right there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know,
I didn't make no money that month. That's more I didn't.
I
That's
know, but
more I
them numbers off. But let's get to June. Let's see how June
Oh,
went.
I still got I still got other business expenses 192. So that's why there's still some more stuff
Well,
on here.
then that puts you at 2,000.
Yeah, I didn't make that much. I didn't make that much that month
Yeah,
at
but
all.
them numbers off. So let's get to June. Let's get to June.
All right, June. All
And you
right, so
missing
for
some other stuff too.
what I'm
You
missing.
missing some other variable expenses. You didn't talk about paying yourself. Well, you probably didn't pay
So
yourself, but that's what I'm saying. Something
I
wrong
didn't
with
I
them.
didn't I
Uh-huh.
didn't pay myself that month. No, I didn't pay myself that month.
So were you upside down, or were you
Upside.
cash flow positive? All right. So
I
then
was
it's still like $2,000 that's got to be accounted for.
Yeah, so I had put another 1,000 for taxes. So and then I think I only had maybe $1,000 left, and that went to personal. So
Why
yeah,
you put $1,000 for taxes?
I was paying 33% of each settlement I was getting from the Courier Express. So
But you see, that's not the formula. You still didn't pay yourself.
yeah,
And
so
what about
this is when I just started. So I wasn't.
where's the fuel at in that too? You didn't
All
mention
right, so
fuel.
let me go to
Forget it,
fuel.
forget it, forget it. You that first month I'm not gonna hold you accountable for that. But the numbers ain't right.
Yeah,
The
numbers ain't
numbers
right for
ain't
the
right. So
numbers
let's
ain't
go to
right.
June. Let's go to June. Let's go to June.
All
Let's
right,
go to June.
all right. So June I made $11,196.
So all right. So stop right there. You jump from 4,700 to 11,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you pretty much a little over double your gross income. All right.
I was
Talk to us. Why
moving,
did that happen? Why did that happen?
moving, straight up
Okay, right.
moving.
So as we're in the moving season now. June is very busy moving. So let's talk about it. Let's get into
I had
June.
I had jobs every day during June.
Okay.
6, 7 days
O-
a week. I was barely off that month, so I was really, really getting it. Still charging $100 an hour for a 2, sometimes 3 hour minimum. I started dipping and dabbing with the U-Hauls. This is when I started doing them bigger jobs. So that's when the money was coming in really because I was doing those bigger jobs. So I started charging a little bit more because I was doing the bigger jobs like the houses and stuff. I jumped too fast, but that's when I started doing it. So I was
So
doing three or four jobs a day.
right. So you working with your dad, right?
Yeah, it was me and my dad every single day at this
So
time.
that's another thing you didn't mention. You didn't mention your payroll in the other one. That's why I know your expenses got to be well over $2,000. But how much are you paying your dad? How's that working out? You and your dad working doing these moves.
Well, so that's a whole nother story. See, I was paying him under the table because he, my dad got a drug addiction, so he a street dude, and he didn't want me to pay him the way I should have paid him. So I was paying him $40 a job. So like I was paying him
Wait, you was
basically,
paying him what?
yeah, that's what, yeah, I was paying him $40 each job. So basically $20 an hour.
But what you
That's what I
said
was,
you was renting a U-Haul though.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you was renting what, like a 26-foot U-Haul, 15-footer?
20s. It was some 20s and 15 foots. That's what I was
So you
doing.
was renting a 20-foot U-Haul. So I'm assuming you was doing more than one bedroom then.
Yeah, I was. I was doing
So
two. I was 2 bedrooms too at that time.
so you
I
was doing
was.
two and three bedrooms?
No, it was mostly still small jobs. Still small jobs during that time. But I
So
was.
so this
They were.
this one
They
I'm
were.
trying to
They
ask.
were. Big. Go
Hold on,
ahead.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta make understanding of this.
Uh-huh.
So you rent a 20-foot U-Haul, which is capable of moving up to a 2 bedroom. You might
Yeah.
be able to sneak a 3 depending on what it is, but let's say 2 bedroom. That's more than 2 hours of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 2 bedroom is
Sometimes.
more than 2 hours of work. You talking to me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. I know. I know. I know. But
Yes,
I
we
was
got
still
some, we
paying
got
him
some,
that.
we got some heavy movers in the chat. We got some
Ah,
movers in the
no,
chat.
no, nah, I
So,
know, but I was still paying him that though. I was still paying him that. I was paying
so
him
let's,
low.
so let's say on a 6-hour move, you was still paying $40.
Yeah, $40 a job. Yeah.
Man, you bodine, bro. You bodine.
No. Well, guess what? I was, but at the same time,
you
but
bodine.
yeah, that was because if you know the full story, that was the only reason why is because that was the only person I had helping me at the time, and I knew most of that money was going to drugs. So I was like, dang, like I ain't have much.
Man, you still
I
gotta pay
know.
him though. You can't take
I mean,
advantage of him. What he do with his money, and I ain't here to tell you, but come on, man.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, come
I
on,
was
man.
doing so I was doing that the first half of the month, and then I started paying them more because I was like, man, this ain't I ain't gonna keep doing it like
You treating him like somebody else would treat him.
man because I was trying to be a savior though. I was trying to be a savior, and
Man, hey
I had to
man,
I
hey
had
man,
to start.
let me put you in this circle, man, for something that ain't got nothing to do with box trucking.
Hey man, I could be in a circle. I already know I was tripping on it, but I was trying to be a savior. I was trying to save him, and I didn't. And I knew where the money was going, so I was trying to keep him from not doing it. But during that month, I had to let all that go because I was like, you know what? I can't control what this man do with his money, and at the end of the day, I still got to pay him. So I started paying him more because I was
All
like, you
right,
know what? He
well,
gonna do what he gonna do.
what was you paying him?
So I was still paying him $20 an hour. But what I was
Okay,
doing is he'll make about, if we have most of the jobs is like 4 hours, like 4 hour jobs. So
Okay.
he'll make a good like 80, almost $100. They'll tip too, so I'll
Right.
give him the tip as well. So make
Mm-hmm.
about 100. So he was getting. I started paying him more because I left all that personal stuff alone, and I didn't want to mix it with the business no more. I said I ain't gonna be that type of dude. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead and pay him. Go ahead and pay him. So that's how that was right there. So that was June, and we were busy the whole month, like the whole
Okay.
month.
So
Straight
you
up.
jumped from $4,700 to $11,000, little over $11,000 in gross profit. Most of that I know is coming from moving because I know what Staples pays, and obviously I always
No,
say moving money is different.
most of it was moving.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know most of that was moving money because I know what Staples pays, and I always say the moving money is different. I tell people all the time, so I already know that came from moving. So basically, you were running a Staples route, starting early in the morning, probably load out 5:30, 6
5
o'clock,
o'clock,
right? Okay, so
every day.
5 o'clock, and then what time is your route end? What time would you finish your Staples route?
1, sometimes 12:30.
So sometimes 12:30 and 1, and then from there you'd go either get the U-Haul or you'd go pick your
Use my
father up and
van.
he'll hop in, you do your
Yeah.
van, and then you'll head to a move. How many moves were you doing after your Staples run on a given day? 1 or 2 or
So during the weekdays, because during my Staples route, I was doing at
uh-huh.
least 2. But during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 4, 3 to 4 a day, full
Mm-hmm.
moves too, like full
Okay.
moves. But mind you, I was doing other stuff too. Like I was doing the furniture delivery as
Mm-hmm.
well, $100
Mm-hmm.
couch deliveries. I was doing those, and I was doing those very very frequently.
So
And
you
I was
follow
doing
my
junk.
blueprint.
Yeah, I did, and I was doing junk removal as well. So I was using the van for junk removal. So I was just doing everything. Like I was doing everything. I would start off junk removal at $100 for 3 items,
Okay.
no more than 4 items. I'll do $100 for junk removal, and for
Okay.
couch delivery, $100 I would start off with. So that's what I was doing. I was doing that. So I was doing
Okay.
junk removal, moving, and furniture delivery as well. So
Okay. So let's jump into July. How did July go? Because you doubled, you went from 47 gross 100 in May, which was your second month of business. June
yeah,
you jumped to 11,000 and something. How did July go?
July. Let me go to July right now. July was the month that changed me, good and bad. So July, I made $12,163.96.
All right. So steady growth. All right. So
Was up 9% from June,
oh,
but my
uh
expenses.
that uh
That's what it say
60
here.
man. Hold
I
on, I'm
was
thinking.
reading.
I thought July. Nah, that ain't that. Well, all right, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's wrong with it?
Go ahead. No, I'm listening. So what happened in June? You and obviously you was doing a lot more moves. How was Staples in June? I mean July. I'm sorry.
Staples was heavier. It was heavier at the time. It was heavier
Okay.
at the time. I was I was averaging 9 to 1,100 a week during that time.
Okay.
So that's my raw average anyway, from 900 to 1,100 a
Okay.
week. That's with 160 pieces or below.
All right. So
So
we'll put that at a median at 1,000. So let's say
with
4,000 for the month,
4,000 is
right?
a very very accurate number for Staples. I'm
Right.
not gonna
Right. So four
not
thousand for the month, and then you did another $8,000 in gross revenue and moving.
gonna move
So about 2,000 a week on average for moving. So let's talk
Yeah.
about July. How do we look in July?
So July gross $12,163, but my expenses, I took losses this month. A lot of losses this month.
How'd you take losses if you follow my blueprint? I jumped you from 4,700 to $12,000 in 2 months. I tripled your income following my blueprint. How'd you take a loss?
Learning curve. Just because I follow a blueprint don't mean I ain't gonna take no learning curve, man.
What what
Stuff
what
be
what
happening.
was the losses?
Told
What
you.
happened? Let's talk about it. Let's
That's
talk
when
about it.
the lady I got didn't get paid for a move. That lady ran off on me.
So the lady didn't pay you. I remember that. How much was
Yeah,
that move?
that move was it was $900.
How many hours was that?
To
9
start
hours, right? You charged $100. Was you doing that in the van or was you renting a truck for that?
renting a truck for it.
What size truck was that?
It was a 20 foot
So you
truck. and
And
I
that was the
drove
four. That was the
35.
4 bedroom. That was the four.
That
What was
was
that? 3 or
four
4 bedroom?
bedroom. That was a
And it was 3
4 bedroom home.
floors.
It was 3 floors to that. It was
So that's the
me.
one you had no business doing anyway.
Yeah.
But you was
You already tell
thirsty.
me. Yeah,
So
you're.
so now is that 900 and you didn't include that in your gross income, right?
What? No.
Okay.
I
All right.
didn't.
So what up?
I took a loss from that because not only did I not get paid, I still had to pay my employee
Mm-hmm.
at the time. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he's still my main employee now, and then I had to cover the U-Haul cost too because we drove 35 miles on that. I drove a total of 60 miles on that U-Haul that day. So the U-Haul was like 180. I never forget that U-Haul was like the U-Haul was $202.50.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much that U-Haul was.
And
So
then
I
you paying
took
your
that loss.
worker what, $20 an hour?
No, $25 an hour.
All right. And then that move took how many hours?
7 hours, 7 to 8 hours.
All right.
We started
So
at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, and we didn't get done to 2 o'clock, 2:30.
so so you was out about 375, 400. You lost.
Mm-hmm. I
So you
lost.
put that in your books, right, as a negative, right? Debit,
It was
right? 400.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So what else did you take a loss on in July?
Um. What else? What else? Took a loss on meals, entertainment. I spent $420 in meals and entertainment.
Why?
Eating out,
Why?
eat. That was my fault. All right, that was my fault. I was eating out a lot. I was on the road a lot, so I was eating out. Not taking my lunch. Not
You said
being my
400 and how much?
$420.40 on meals and entertainment.
All right. What else?
I spent $666 on job supplies.
You spent how much on
Stretch
job supplies?
$666.40 on job supplies.
$666. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
My
These aren't
insurance was
these aren't these aren't losses though, bro.
no, they're not losses, but this is just my expenses. But they were higher this month. They were higher this month because
Well,
I was doing a lot.
the more jobs you do,
Yeah.
the more your
Mm-hmm.
expenses are. But that's why I give you the blueprint for the $100 truck fee, because that truck fee is covering the
Yeah.
cost of the expenses. You're just bundling, you're baking it in to the cost of the truck fee for marketing
Yeah.
purposes, because you don't want to give them too many prices in what you're doing, because that's going to deter them away. So,
Yeah.
all right, what else? What else?
For U-Haul, I spent $1,241 in U-Haul expenses that month.
All right, so let me ask you this. When you were
Mm-hmm.
renting these U-Hauls to do these moves, what were you
Mm-hmm.
charging the customer? Were you just still charging them $100 an hour, 2 hour minimum plus $100 truck fee?
Yeah, so I was pricing it
So
wrong
so
during
you
this
weren't
month.
you listen, you weren't charging them for the cost of the equipment.
Yeah, so I wasn't charging them right. At this moment, I wasn't charging them right for the cost of the equipment all
Why
the way.
why you didn't come and ask me? You asked me for everything else at that point.
And I should have, man, but I ain't gonna go back into the past. I learned from that
So
already.
that's what, 2,700. What else? What else you take a loss on, or whatever
Uh,
debits you spent?
um, I spent $947 in fuel. I spent a lot of money in fuel that month.
$947 in fuel,
Yeah,
and that's a
46.
combination between the rentals and the van, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. What else?
Brother-in-law 400. That's the fixed expenses. Other business expenses $755.
What about the note?
The note is in there.
So how much did you spend? How much did you spend in July? Just tell me what
It
the
said,
total amount did you spend. You should see
it
it in your
said
statement as debit.
I'm looking at my dang QuickBooks. That's what I'm looking at.
So how do you got your business structure? Is it, you got a business bank account?
Yeah.
So does all your credits and debits come through that one account?
It do.
So when
Correct.
you look at your statement for that month, you should see your credits. It's going to have your credits. Then it's going to have a number. Then it's going to have debits. It's going to have a parentheses. Whenever you see the parentheses, that's debits. That's money coming out. So whatever the number it is with the parentheses, that's minus. So if it don't say debits, if it's a number there with parentheses around it, that's minus.
Yeah.
So what was your debits for July?
I gotta log in because I'm on QuickBooks looking at this stuff.
Yeah, so for like if you got everything streamlined through one business account where you're spending everything that it has to do with the business as far as credits, money coming in and money going out, as long as you got everything streamlined, you can look at your statement for that month and it's going to say, okay, this is how much money came into this account this month and this is how much money came out of this account. But that's a shortcut so that you don't have to look for the itemized, because right now, just for time's sake, I just want a total number.
Yeah, I gotta log in and all that though. Hold on, because I was on QuickBooks, so I'm looking at what QuickBooks is.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Because you're saying you took a loss, but that number ain't adding up. Because if you did 12,000, right now I'm roughly at about 5,000 in debits, so it's still like $7,000 that need to be accounted for.
Hold on.
So money being spent somewhere.
Thumbtack, all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Thumbtack.
So that's why I just rather have a full number, because you paying for leads coming through Thumbtack, and I don't know what they're gonna be in your market, but I think they probably around out, you going up to 2 bedrooms, they'll range somewhere between, let's say, $10 and maybe $25 maybe.
Yeah, so for Thumbtack was, I'm not gonna lie, that Thumbtack was starting to get a little. I had started backing away from Thumbtack towards the end of the month because it was just getting too much. I was spending too much money in Thumbtack.
But that's why you got to turn over your leads. You're not really spending no money if you're turning the leads over. If you're turning over 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 5, then you winning. You know what I'm saying? It's about turning them over. But what's the number though?
Hold on, man.
Man, you supposed to be ready, man.
Yeah, I didn't have this up. I didn't have my statements up. I just had QuickBooks up. I should have had my statements up.
But that QuickBooks, your QuickBooks, them numbers ain't accurate. Some ain't right. You're not inputting them numbers right. So look at your statement. As long as you streamlining all your credits and your debits through that one account, then you could just look at the whole number. We don't need to go itemized because we on a time. You know, we could sit here all night, but I don't want to sit here all night. You know, so we got to get to the Q&A section, and then we got to get to where we got to get to current time. So I just want to look at the full number, the credits, the amount money that came in, the money that came out. Because then that'll let us know what the ending balance was for that month. So we'll just sum it up like that. We'll just look at the ending balance.
I can't get in, man.
And how do you take your payments? How do you take your payments for your moving customers?
So when I first started, I was doing Venmo and Cash App. After the first 2 months, I started using QuickBooks, got a card reader, and I started taking cash, debit, or credit. That's what I do.
With who?
Now.
Who you take card with?
QuickBooks.
Oh, you use QuickBooks? What do they charge you?
They charge me 2.5% for
swiped.
Yeah.
How much they charge you for manual?
1% for bank draft.
No. So they charge you 2.5% for swiped, right, or tap, right?
Yeah.
And how much do they charge you for manual transactions? You know what I'm talking about?
Like if you do it from the email.
If you punch the numbers in. Don't worry about it. You pull it up yet?
Nah, because I got it.
So they probably charge you 2.5% for swipe, and they probably charge you around 3.5% plus 15 cents. That's usually the way it works when you input the card. So if someone calls you and say, okay, because you say you take deposits, right?
Yeah.
right? So if you take deposits over the phone using a credit card, you can't swipe. It's always going to be cheaper. It's always going to be a cheaper merchant fee when you tap it or you swipe it. It's always a higher merchant fee when you input the numbers manually. So when someone calls you over the phone and you take a deposit from from them, you're inputting the numbers manually. So when you input the numbers manually, and this is something you need to know, the percentage is higher. It's usually a percent higher plus 15 cents.
Yeah, that
So
they
you're probably
explained.
paying like 3.5%. Well, it should be in your dashboard. So you're probably paying 3.5% on manual transactions plus 15 cents. So you need to look into your dashboard settings and make sure you know that, because that's another thing. Are you charging that back to the customer?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. I wasn't
How
doing
much are you
that.
charging back to the customer?
I charge them $3 extra for each
No,
transaction.
no,
It's wrong.
no, no, no. By law, you can charge them up to 4%.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So if
Let
you're,
me write.
that's why I'm at that. Hold on. That's why I'm asking you this.
Uh,
Okay, because by law you can only charge them up to 4%. That's why I asked you what the manual fee was. All right, the swipe and tap fee is 2.5. The manual fee, hold on. I know for me it's 3.5. I don't use QuickBooks is not my merchant, but hold on.
who you use?
Books.
You don't mind me asking?
We use Stripe.
Okay. My man's told me to start using Stripe. He told me to use Stripe before.
All right. So it's all right. So actually, you pay 2.99. The 2.5, like you said, for the card reader, and then I was right. Keyed in cards 3.5. See, I was right. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see. So you got to know this stuff. You see
Nah,
this right
so
here? See,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
this
yeah.
is you right here. All
Yeah,
right.
so
So
it's two.
3.5 for keyed in. It's 2.5 when you swipe it or you tap it. And then when you key it in, like I said, it's always a percent higher. All right. So when you charging your customers, right?
So for yeah,
When you charging your customers for the move, you charge them. If you key it in manually, if you swipe it, you charge them the 2.5%.
all right.
If you key it, you charge them 3.5%. They're covering the cost. You don't take that cost. So this is what I'm trying to figure out. How are you losing money? Because when you're dealing with a consumer-based business, when you're dealing direct with the consumer and there's no middleman, that's
Yeah,
the beauty of it. You don't incur any cost. Everything is profit. So if you're
yeah,
renting a truck for U-Haul for the purposes and sakes of your business, you need to already know what that total cost is. So boom, if I know I'm moving them from 123 Main Street to 135 Main Street, and I know that that's, let's say, 5 miles, I'm mapping it out from the moment we pick up the truck to the moment where the truck gets parked overnight, if we're not doing the move that day. How many miles is that? From the where we park the truck to the pickup address, from the pickup address when we move them to the drop-off address, from the drop-off address back to the U-Haul facility. How many miles is that? Okay, boom, they charging us $1.19, $29 amount. We calculating that. We add another 10 miles on top of that for good measure. Boom.
yeah,
We calculating the daily cost of the truck. We're taking their insurance as well. Boom. Now, whatever that total is, let's say it's $200. We're putting that $200 plus another $100 for good measure. So
and the
we're
truck
charging
fee.
We're charging a $300 truck fee for the credit card processing. If they use a credit card, that 2.5%. Because if you got $1,000 move,
Yeah,
do the math on that. Like, you doing $3,000 and $4,000 moves. Do the math on that 2.5%.
yeah. So I started doing that. I started
So
doing
so
what you
you
said.
pat. Hold on, I'm not. Let me finish.
All right.
All costs incurred, you pass it along to the customer. I don't pay for no credit card transaction fees. For what? By law, I can charge up to 4%. When you go to some of these liquor stores in the hood, they have a sign up there. All credit card transaction fees, 4%, 3%.
Yeah, yeah. So I started doing
So
that. I started doing that with the U-Haul. I started doing all that all that stuff, the miles, how much it costs, how many miles it is, how much the U-Haul going to be, the insurance. I started doing that towards the end of July. So that's when I started doing it correctly. On top of the extra $100 for the truck fee. So that's when I started doing it correctly. So this is when I was still moving around, thought I was doing something, but really wasn't doing much. So
Okay.
honestly, when you broke down that fee, that is something to this day I still didn't understand. So I'm glad you broke that down because I didn't understand.
But you need to know which fee to charge, because if they're swiping it, it's less. That's why I said you need to know if you're inputting
So
it manually, it's more. So you need to
so
know.
I got a question for you real quick.
Yeah,
So if they move $1,000 and I got and they tapping it and it's 3.5%, so
that's $35.
I would add $35 to it. Okay. See, I
No,
wasn't
you
doing
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you
so I
wouldn't.
would.
When a person calls, see, you got to have a script. So when a person
Mhm.
calls and books a move, your script is, okay, thank you for booking. Just to let you know, at the completion of your move, we accept credit or debit card payments only. All right. If you decide to pay with a credit, or you can name some other stuff. If you decide to pay
Yeah.
with a credit or a debit card, it's going to be a 3.5% processing fee applied to the total cost of your move. Just like that.
Okay. Okay.
You have to, because what happens if you don't say it and then you go at it, you're going to have customers that add everything up. Okay, you charge $100 an hour. It was 9 hours plus $100 truck fee. That's $1,000. Why are you telling me it's going to be $1,035? Well, man,
Yeah.
it's a credit card process. Well, you didn't tell me that when we booked the move.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that. So now that's a $35 loss. That's 1 hour. You see what I'm saying? That's an hour. If you're paying your guy $25 an hour, that's an hour right there. You don't pay for nothing. You see what I'm saying? You're dealing straight to consumer. There's no middleman. You charge for everything. Everything is profit. Material, 20% markup. Truck fee, they got to pay for that. Blankets. If you rent the truck, they got to pay for it. Plus extra. You charge them for you going to pick the truck up.
Got it.
That's why I said throw an extra 100 on top of that. Because that's time you pay. Listen, when we do long distance moves, if it's a customer that's like, yo, we can't pay the full freight of a move, is there any way that you could do this move? You know, I'm barely struggling. I know this is a business, but Mark, we've been dealing with you guys for 10 years. I'm going through a divorce. Is there any way I can move cross country for cheap? If I move somebody, let's say under the table, right? Under the table, and I got to fly somebody back. You see what I'm saying? All that's covered. That guy's on the clock 24 hours. When he's on the plane, I'm charging the customer for that. I'm charging the customer for the Uber ride for him to get to drop off the Penske truck to the airport. I'm charging from when he flies back to O'Hare through Midway. I'm charging for the Uber ride there and back, and all this is calculated. So if this customer don't want to pay me 15 grand because she's going through a divorce and she's moving back cross country with her parents, and Mark ain't turning down on my Mark know how to run under the table. I know how to run under the radar. I just don't talk about it. I ain't turning nothing down. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you can't pay 15,000, but you can pay 8,000. All right, then we're gonna run it under the radar. I'm gonna hire another company out there, you know what I'm saying, to run it. We're gonna do the local move here, but we're gonna send it in the Penske truck. I'm charging them for the Penske, so now my truck ain't on the road. Right? When they get there, I got a licensed moving company that's going to unload it. My guy's going to supervise it. He's going to drop the Penske truck off, and I'm going to put him on a flight. But the whole time, from the moment we start that here all the way to that guy gets back, all that's being charged to the customer.
Got it.
So there's never a moment you're not getting paid. There's no middleman. There's no broker. There's no nothing. It's you. So you have to sit down and calculate all this cost. You just can't jump out the window because, oh, well, I'm making money hand over fist. I'm going to go rent a U-Haul so I could go do a 2-3 bedroom, and you're still charging $100 truck fee. Now you're taking a loss on the rental because they're charging you $1.29 a mile.
Yeah. And see, that's what I
You
was
see what
doing.
I'm saying?
The whole month of July, that's what I was doing. I was doing that towards until the end of July, and that's when I caught on. I said, man, I'm taking losses. You know what I mean? I'm taking losses, so I had to buckle down on that. And everything you said, and I started incorporating that. And I started all the costs that come with the U-Haul and everything like that. I would charge them for that plus the extra $100. So my truck fee became my truck fee became $225 when I was doing them big moves like that, because I had to eat on that. I had to eat.
All right. So somewhere you lost in July. I'm not really seeing it because your books ain't right. But let's go into August, which is 2 months ago. Let's talk about August.
All right. August was $11,444.58.
That was the income.
That was the income. It was down 6% from July.
What was
I
your
stopped.
debits?
I don't even got that pulled up. I
All
don't
right.
got it
So
pulled up. I can't
how
log
did
into
you?
my account. I can't
All right.
get into it.
That's fine. How did August go? Still doing moving, obviously, based off the
Yeah.
numbers.
So
Okay.
August I was still doing moving. I had scared away from thumbtack during that time, and we were getting a lot of callbacks from customers that we had already
Okay.
did in the past. So I was getting a lot of word of mouth jobs. So I was bringing
Okay.
more in. I wasn't having to pay for leads and all that with thumbtack anymore, because I had to kind of like stop using them. So we got a lot of word of mouth back in August. So I was
Okay.
doing those moves like that. But in August, fuel had went up to, like, gas is like 380, 375 while I was there. That just
So
fixed cost.
you
It's
go up
fixed
on your
cost.
truck fee. You go up on. See, this is moving. It's different. When you're
Yeah.
dealing with brokers and like middleman truckers, and that's why I always lightly make fun. I say start a moving company. You really want to check the bag, start a moving company, because you could just scale your prices with the cost of the economy, and people are going to do it because moving is something people aren't going to do themselves. So it doesn't matter. Gas can go up to $10 a gallon.
Yeah.
Okay, my truck fee is going to be $500, and guess what? People are going to book it because no one wants to climb 3 flights of stairs themselves. And most people that live on the third floor, they live on the third floor because they want to live on the third floor, because they don't want to live under anybody, because somebody might move over with kids and they running and they making noise, so they want to live on the top floor. Most people that move from the third floor move to another third floor.
Yeah,
and those people are not finna do that. People not finna do that. So wherever the cost of living goes, if fuel goes up, your price just goes up.
With it.
You're running under the radar, so you don't have a tariff on you. You don't have a tariff. You see what I'm saying? Now it'd be different if you had a tariff. You gotta look at the tariffs and see what you can and you cannot do. But the way you're running, you can continue to go up. So when you say fuel, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it don't mean absolutely nothing. It just means you go up on the price.
Yeah, and I did. So
is it still a dollar menu at McDonald's?
Yeah.
All right. No, it ain't. Yeah. Where?
Oh no, it
ain't no dollar menu. All right then. Why it ain't no dollar menu no more?
Yeah, they going up. You know what I'm saying?
Why is not a dollar menu no more?
Because the cost of living went up. So
All right then.
Yeah.
All right then. So August
I started charging $110 an hour. So I had went up on my prices during August. So I started charging $110 an hour, $175 for the truck fee. So that's when I was doing that for 2 to 3 hour minimums.
Now, is that the U-Haul? What were you charging for the truck fee for the van?
For the van, I was charging still $175.
Really, you charging $175 for a van truck fee?
No. It was still $100. It was still $100 for the van. It was still $100 for the.
So what happened in July? In August. Go ahead.
I was still doing a lot of U-Haul moves though, so that's why I went up.
Okay. So how did August go?
August was good. I profited. It says net income I made $6,097.60. My expenses was $53.46.
Okay.
So my expenses were a little higher because of fuel, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was still pumping. It was slowing down because I stopped using thumbtack, but we still had a lot of word of mouth customers coming in that was still calling us. So I was still getting jobs every day. Now for Staples that month, I made $4,400 that month because I was getting a lot of pieces.
It was back to school.
And I was picking up extra days. I was working on Saturdays sometimes on Staples to deliver diapers.
Right. So for office supply, back to school goes up in August, and then it's gonna get really slow for me. I'm letting you know now. It's gonna get really slow for you in December. It's gonna get really
man.
slow for you in December because schools with that Christmas break they stop ordering. So December,
Yeah.
I'm letting you know now. It's gonna get really, really slow. So I'm warning
Yeah.
you now. All right. So August. So let's go into September.
All right, September was crazy, man. September was income was up 66% from August.
How much did you do? Gross.
$19,002,
All
27
right.
cents
So you did 19,000 just last month.
just last month.
All right. So what took you from 10,000 to 19? Double. What doubled your income? How'd you double again? That's a big leap.
Yeah, because Staples was still kicking up. Like I was making 1,400 each week during Staples because the schools, the pallets was going on, like the pallets
Okay.
of paper. I was getting a lot of those. I was averaging from the month of September, I was averaging between 180 to 195 pieces each day. So I was making 300, 330 each day. So
All right.
so Staples is winning. Staples is winning, and then Moving was still winning at the same time. We was getting a lot
So
of word of
that's another $16,000. Then you did $16,000 in moves in September.
yeah, yeah. I made a lot of money in moves, man. We were doing a
So
lot of jobs.
so what does your September look like? Because you're working out of a van.
Still doing
So
U-Haul though.
you
Still
still
using
doing the
U-Haul.
U-Haul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So how'd your numbers look? Did you walk away with it? Well, I kind of know what you walked away because I saw your books with, how I looked at your books, but it didn't look like you kept too much money in September.
Nah, I didn't. Personal.
So how did you double your money again?
Well, no. In September, I still kept a lot of money. I still
But
kept a lot
where's
of money.
that? It wasn't in the account because I saw your statements.
Yeah, it was though. It was.
It wasn't
No,
in the
too. You saw.
business account.
Now you saw it then. You saw it then, but then the following week when it got updated, it was another 2,000 in there.
But see,
So I was,
that don't count for that month. So when that
so
statement ended for that month, you didn't have. How much did you spend in September?
59, 65, 45.
59, 60. So let's say 6,000.
Yeah.
So that's $14,000 that's not accounted for. And when I looked at the statement, it was like $1,100 ending balance. So that's still 13,000. Let's say 12,900 that's not accounted for.
Yeah, it's still. Let me see.
So where did that go?
Personal, moving into different accounts.
Why?
I got a family. You know what I'm saying? So I
Here
was
we
just.
go. Here we go. That's what I was
I
waiting
know.
on. That's
I
what I
know
was
you was
waiting
waiting.
on.
I know. I was waiting on it. I know. But I.
So let me
So
ask you this. Let me
see, the
ask you this.
problem. The
Go
problem
ahead.
is the problem is, man.
I knew this money was
I
missing. Like you
make
because
I
you
make
you
I make
saying it's not making sense, and that money gotta come from. It's going somewhere.
it's going to personal. It's going to personal
Okay. So
because my personal expenses is is
all
over
right.
4,000 a month
All right.
for my personal
So let's
expense.
talk about it. Let's talk about it because we pretty much up to date.
Yeah, we up to date now.
You're not paying yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm paying myself. I'm paying myself so last month I
You
paid
paying yourself
myself.
3,000 a week. You paid yourself 3,000 a week then last month.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did you pay yourself, or you're taking care of your family from the business account?
No. Like I'm paying myself through the business account. Plus I'm still paying my employees too. My
But
employees.
here's what I'm saying. When I said what's your expenses, you said 5,900.
Yeah.
So if you're paying yourself 3,000 a week, don't you think your expenses would be higher than that? So this is what I'm saying. So this is where the
Yeah.
trick bag is caught. See, this is the trick
Yeah.
bag right here.
This is
If
what I
you
don't
made
understand. I don't get it.
19,000, hold
I
on.
don't
If you
understand
made 19,000, and I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, how much did you spend? You said 5,900. Let's say 6,000.
yeah.
All right, that leaves 13,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So where's that 13,000 at? Because when I looked at your statement, it shows your ending balance was like 11. 13,000 and 11. That's a big
Yeah, yeah,
difference.
yeah. I mean, in my business account right now is 3,100 in there. And I'm just being honest.
We ain't talking about now. We talking about in September.
Yeah, so a lot of that money was coming in when you saw the statement before. You know what I'm
You
saying?
said
A
you
lot
got
of
a
that money.
family. You said you got a family. So where's the?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where the money going. How is it
So,
going to the family?
well, it's going to my personal expenses. It's going to that, like
So
groceries,
okay.
like all that
So
stuff.
so how do you pay yourself? How do you pay yourself?
I take out. I take out. I basically Apple Pay it out. What I pay myself. It ain't right. It ain't right. Yeah, it ain't right. So put me in the circle. I need help with this part. Making money is not hard for me. It's the other stuff that come with it. It's hard.
So basically, you spending money as it's coming in. You spending it.
Basically, yeah. Basically. So I need help. I need help with this
You
part.
don't need help. You ain't nothing I can do. You know what you need to do. You talking to me this whole time, and I'm like, these numbers ain't adding up. It's money missing. It's money missing. It's money missing. You said you went from 4 to 7. You went from four to 11, 4 to 12, 12 to 11, then from 11 to 19. All
Yeah.
right. You operating from a U-Haul and a van. You ain't got no warehouse. You ain't got no employee. You talking about you paying, man, $40 a move and all this stuff. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out, okay, you say, okay, boom, your expenses is 6,000 from 19. That leaves 13. Where is the other 13?
That's just my business expenses for that month. That's not even including my personal, which is another
So
4,000.
your personal ain't got nothing to do with the business. What's your personal? Why are you even using that
But it
word?
don't. But that's what I pay myself though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but see, if you paid yourself, your payment is a write-off. That would be part of your expenses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you separating paying yourself from expenses?
Yeah.
You an LLC or an S corp?
LLC.
All right, so if you're an employee for the business, don't you think that's an expense? That's a taxable event.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how is that not an expense?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is. But I'm going off QuickBooks. I need to be looking at my statements.
Well, QuickBooks ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So if you
where's the 13,000?
Well, after I pay myself, then there'll be 3,500 left. Basically, after I pay myself.
So you paid yourself 10 grand?
Yeah.
How?
That's what I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out, man.
So wifey calls you. I'm going grocery shopping. What you do?
Yeah.
You just cash out with the money from the business account? Straight from the business account?
Yeah, that ain't right.
Straight from the business account.
That ain't right. That ain't right, is it? That stuff add up. That ain't right, is it?
You mean it ain't right, is it? What you think? What you mean to add up? You if I was a CPA and I looked at I'm like, what is Six Flags Great Adventure? What was this? How many employees you got? Oh, it's just me and my one person. What, you took your employee to Six Flags?
Why
So I'm just trying to figure. But I'm saying, so that's a lot of Apple Pay transactions. So if a CPA, like what? So if I'm a CPA and you bring me your statement, say, hey, I need my taxes done, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, what's all these Apple Pay? What is this for?
Yeah.
You gonna say, man, it's my personal.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, put me in the circle, man.
Why don't you pay? Why don't you just pay yourself? Because you robbing from the sustainability of the business. You told me you made 19,000.
Yeah.
And when I looked at your statement, it was only 1,100 in there.
Yeah. Paying myself a lot. That's what it is.
It ain't
Taking
about
money.
paying yourself. You paying yourself. You taking from the business. How are you made 10,000 in the business at the end of that statement cycle in your bank account? The business only had $1,100 in there.
Paying myself too much.
How is it you making more than the business?
Yeah.
You ain't paying. You robbing the business. You never paid yourself. You just cash apping yourself. That's robbing the business. You never legally paid yourself. You're embezzling money from the business. You're robbing from the sustainability of the business. You're taking from the business.
Some of that was Apple Pay, and some of that was transferring to my personal account. So yeah, like I'm not doing it correctly. I gotta get up with somebody.
You're not supposed to be doing it at all. If you gonna pay yourself that much, you might as well just pay yourself correctly. Do you know what your living expenses are? How much does it cost you and your family to live a month? Let's start there.
$3,500.
So it only costs y'all. That's very, very modest. So if it only costs y'all $3,500 to live, right? And you said minus paying yourself, your expenses were $6,000, right? From 19, that leaves $13,000. You cost you and your family. That's rent, right? Utilities, rent. Right?
Yeah.
Food, whatever. All the basic needs. $3,500, which is very cheap. That's very modest. Yeah. All right, so that's 13 right there. So that still leaves $9,500. So even if you paid yourself a little bit more, so that after taxes were deducted, you would still have that $35,000. So let's say you paid yourself $5,000, right? So now you got taxes taken out. You got $4,000 and something because you got kids, so you're gonna get taxed a little bit different. All right, and you got $4,000. You pay that $35,000. You got about a couple $100 left in the kitty, right? To put up in case of emergency. You still got the business off to the side.
Yeah.
Now you got about $8,000 in working capital for the business. So if your living expenses are $3,500, where in God's green earth did that other $8,000 go?
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta dig deep in this joint, man.
You ain't got to dig deep. Just look at your credit card. Look at your bank statement. The bank statement will tell you where you spent the money. Yeah. Or if you doing Apple Pay, look at your Apple Pay statement. You Apple paying money, and it's not accounted for to the point where you don't even know where the money was spent. Because the business has nothing to do with that. So this is why when we was doing the little thing we was doing, if that money would have been accounted for, you would have got a better offer.
Yeah.
Because it's like they was telling me the money is there, but where is it at? The money was made, but where did it go?
Yeah.
So you have a very modest cost of living. You got a family, you pay $3,500. It's just me, and my cost of living is about $11,000 a month. My cost of living with just me is 3 times the amount of yours, and you got a family. All right, so where is the rest of that money at?
Yeah, I gotta.
So your business is profitable, but you're robbing from the sustainability of the business. Now the business doesn't have anything because you're living beyond your means. Especially if you're saying your living cost is $3,500, that's $8,000. That's
four at the most. Yeah.
Because I'm saying if your living cost is $3,500, it's $13,000 that's not accounted for, right? You pay yourself $5,000. Pay yourself $5,000. That's going to cover your cost of living, and that's going to leave you with a few $100s left over after taxes to put in the kitty. That's $8,000 that should be in the business bank account as working capital.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you did all that hard work to and you don't know where the money went.
Yeah, in September I spent $636 on thumbtack. So yeah. So that's
You spent how
another
much in September?
$636 on thumbtack.
In September, but
Yes.
But you included that in that 5,900 though, right?
No, that's not included in that. So
How is that not included in that?
Because I be Apple paying that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Bro,
yeah.
I've given you the blueprint. I gave everybody the blueprint. Streamline everything. If you got debits coming out of thumbtack, should be the debit card that you have hooked up with thumbtack should be coming out of your business account. Get out of this Apple Pay. Listen, you got a business bank account. I don't know. Let's say you bank at Chase, and let's say the last 4 numbers of your checking account, bank account is 111, and the last 4 of your debit card for that bank account is 222, 2222, 4 twos.
Yeah.
When you sign up with whatever Carry Express with the Staples, when they send you an ACH the credit that goes, it should go into that account.
It does.
Anything that you spend money for that business should come out of that account, either by ACH. By ACH transaction or by your business debit card. Right? Even if you got a business credit card, when you pay that credit card, it should come out of that account. Your thumbtack should be linked up to that account. Your credit card that you put in thumbtack, it should be that business debit card. Everything should be coming out of that one account. All your credits, when you use QuickBooks and you take payments with that moving,
go straight there.
It should go into that account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if I say, okay, where's the thumbtack money? How come the thumbtack money wasn't in the 5,900?
I don't know why. It's I'm saying, like, I don't know why I was paying like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so how are you paying the thumbtack? You said with Apple Pay?
I would cash it out on Cash App and then let them use
How?
that.
So you using a Cash App card for thumbtack?
So what happened was I got my business card connected to the Cash App, and every time thumbtack will take money out, I would subtract that. Yeah,
Wait, how are you paying thumbtack? How are you paying thumbtack?
So I use my Cash App card. But
so you using a card that Cash App mailed you?
Yeah.
So you have a Cash App debit card linked up to thumbtack.
Yeah.
And thumbtack is a business expense because it's a lead generating service.
Yeah, so I should have.
Why is that not hooked up to your business debit card? What does Cash App got to do with your business?
Exactly. I gotta stop that. That's one mistake. That's hey, you right.
No. Listen. Whatever income comes in needs to come in that account. Whatever is coming out of that account needs to come out of that account. Streamline everything. So at the end of that statement, at the end of that cycle, you can look at that statement, ending, statement, balance, boom, September, credits, 19,000, debits, 19,000, ending balance, 0. And then you'll be able to go back and see an itemized list of everything that came in and everything that came out.
All right.
You got Cash App, Apple Pay. For what?
Yeah.
It's easy. Use the same account for everything. You making it hard on yourself. You have a business bank account. Okay, you're with T-Force now. Give us here's your 1099. Here, fill out this form. Put your ACH, your routing number, your account number. That account. When you pump gas, use the debit card associated with that account. You buy supplies, use the debit card associated with that account. You sign up for thumbtack, use the debit card associated with that account.
Yeah, I was using everything but thumbtack on there. And the Apple Pays and all that.
No, so okay, well that's 600. So where's the other 7,500 at? Or 7,400 there?
Out and cash, like
cash is what? What y'all was going out to eat?
Nah, not even really that. I got it in
cash.
That's
7,400 is a lot of money. So where's it at?
I think, but you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. Like I gotta go to my actual debits and see the exact gross that I made because on thumbtack. On QuickBooks, they double up a lot of the transactions up here. because it's double. So I have to go to my actual debits to see how much I really made that month. Because I don't think that's even. I think some of my numbers is off on this
You
quick.
see, and this is the thing. You keep talking about QuickBooks. You keep
Uh-huh.
talking about QuickBooks. What does QuickBooks got to do with this?
Well, because that's what I was using to see what I was, tracking my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
If you streamline your business, you don't even have to. You could just use QuickBooks just to take your credit card transactions.
Okay.
You're inputting stuff, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use the same bank account to handle your credits, use that same bank account to pay everything. When your statement is generating at the end of the month, you can download it to a CSV file, a PDF file, print it out, or you can look at it, and you're gonna see credit, Staples, or Carrier United, whatever the name of the company is, $2,000, debit, thumbtack, $50, debit, Amico, $100, debit. I don't know, whatever, whatever. Whatever you spending money on. You don't know where the money at. So it's $7,400 that's missing.
I gotta go back through my stuff. I know I got at least another 4,000 cash somewhere in my house. So
in your house?
Yeah, like just money. I'm just.
So you got cash in your house?
Yeah.
About 4,000.
Yeah.
That you took out the business account?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't know. Well, I'm taking it out because I want to put it somewhere else.
Why?
Trying to invest in other things.
This ain't the street. This ain't the street, bro.
Yeah.
How you gonna invest in something else for a business that you still trying to build up?
Yeah, I'm not doing it right.
So
I got
the money.
Listen. I got a bad habit of taking cash out and stacking and saving and doing that because it's just that mentality I need to just break out of. You know what I'm saying? Just taking cash and stashing it so I don't spend it. You know what I mean? So a lot of the money I made, I still have. It's just not in my business account. You know? Yes, it's hit the tweaking button, man. I don't
believe you. I don't believe you, man. I believe the money is spent. I believe the money is spent. But let's get to October. I believe you. Because it took you too long to say that. That money, I've been asking you where that $7,000 at for the past 15 minutes. But come on, let's get to October. We are October. It ain't where it's supposed to be. It ain't where it's supposed to be. So that right there, and that's why that situation that me and you know about that they don't know about is why that situation played out like that because.
Well, in my credit too though. Still working on my credit. That's a big issue too.
Your credit ain't got nothing to do with the money.
The money's
where's
there.
The money?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. 20 grand, 19 grand, that's a lot of money. And it's a lot of money that's not accounted for. So I don't know, man. I think you need to do some work on your accounting. You basically saying you got a family, use the F word. Use the F word.
It's not excuse. I'm not making no excuse.
So here's the thing. The business don't care nothing about your family. You care about your family. So you pay yourself and then you made enough money to pay yourself.
Made it way more than enough.
Okay, so if you made enough money to pay yourself, right? You didn't pay yourself, and now the business doesn't have any working capital.
Yeah.
So you're spending money, cash apping for whatever reason, robbing from the sustainability of the business, and you made money to pay yourself. Pay yourself. You take care of your family. The business don't take care of your family.
Yeah.
You take care of the family. The business rewards you for pouring into the business. The business pays you for you to take care of your family. The business is separate. It's its own entity.
Yeah.
Because the business is never going to grow if you continue to rob from the sustainability of it. It can't sustain. So how do you expect it to grow?
That's what I'm saying.
How do you expect it to grow? You can't.
It ain't gonna grow if
and the family word, let me explain something to you. The family word, and I was going to do a lot, like I've been wanting to do a Thursday live on this, but the reason why I won't do it is because feelings going to get hurt. And I really don't care about hurting people's feelings because I said this numerous and numerous times. But I was going to dedicate a whole lot to focus on. I'm just going to say it now and get it out the way since you used the family, because everybody gets up here and use the family word. Then they wondering why their business won't grow. But let me tell you this, and this is me honest. Don't take it the wrong way. This is business, not personal.
I'm not.
Right?
Bro. I'm not.
People start businesses so they can live a better life. This is what people say. I want to live a better life. I want more time, which is not true, especially when you're starting a business. You're going to spend more time away from your family than with your family if you're trying to build and scale a business, right? But ultimately, people want to get to the promised land where they can build a successful business and live really, really well, and they have a successful business that's, you know, feeding money and providing them a better life, right? If you continue to put family over the business, how is the business going to ever get you to that point?
It won't. It won't.
It's God first, then business, then family. The reason business goes first is so that it can take care of the family later on down the line. And it sounds crazy, it does. But everybody that gets up here that talks about family is all not there. They don't get it. If you put family over the business, and you need the business, and you stepped away from a job to start a business to take care of your family. You started a business to ultimately take care of your family, but you putting family over the business. How's the business going to take care of your family if it's under your family?
Yeah.
It's God, business, family. It sounds crazy. I know you got kids, but I'm telling you, there's no way. If you prioritize, it sucks. I know I look crazy saying it. Trust me. I know it sucks. Call me an asshole. Do whatever you want. But I have yet to meet someone that started a business that prioritized family over the business and seen any type of success. People that prioritize the business over family, they see the success. It may lead to a divorce. It may lead to an unhappy family. You may have a wife that's with the program and she gets it. Everybody's situation is different, right? My situation is different. I should have been married twice. No cap. But one of those exes said she'll never date an entrepreneur again. She said, I will never date an entrepreneur again. Never. I need my time. It's God, business, family. Business can't take care of the family if it's down here. If you're putting more time up here, some gonna have to give. It's never gonna be a equal. It's never gonna be equal. It's never gonna be equal.
Yeah, right. Hold on, bro. Yeah.
So when people use what books?
No. It's just I just need to manage more of my money better.
Yeah, but you said the family, so that told the tale. No. It told the tale. Man, Mark, I got a family because Sirius Lane said it, and a lot of people got up here and said it. It's not an excuse. It is what it is. You got a family, but you have to structure your business to the point where the business is taking care of you, so that you can take care of your family, and so that the business can sustain. You can't make the money, 19,000, doing what you're doing in a short period of time. That's great.
Yeah, the red there.
But you're not prioritizing things appropriately. The sacrifices have got to be made. You're not making the sacrifices. The money is coming in and it's coming in. You see the money coming in, you spending it. If your cost of living for you and your family is $3,500 a month, then that $3,500 you need to pay yourself accordingly, and a little bit more to put in your personal kitty in case of emergencies, to save on the personal aspect, right?
Yeah.
But that business needs to sustain. Anything can happen. The business should be making more money than you. But you're robbing from the sustainability of the business because you're prioritizing family, and you should be prioritizing business, especially in your first year, because you're trying to build it. I know you're spending a lot of time away from your family. It's obviously because you're bringing the money in, but now that the money is coming in, you're not appropriating the money correctly.
Yeah. It's a fact.
So you need to appropriate the money, which means you're going to have to sacrifice your personal. Just because you're making more money now than you made before, it doesn't mean it's time to splurge and live a high life. Because that 7,500 that you don't know where it's at, that could be aggressively paying off brother-in-law. You know what? We got an extra 7,500. I'm gonna take 2,000 of this.
That's
I'm gonna take 25. No, I'm telling you. I got $7,500 in net profit this month. Let me go ahead and get brother-in-law up out the way. We here now. Q&A. My first question, because here's the thing. If you got that much in net profit that's unaccounted for, that's in the wind because you probably done misappropriated it, 7,500, 2,500 could went to brother-in-law. Not only owe brother-in-law 7,500, I'm finna aggressively pay him back. I got a formula, I'm making money. I can't scale because I'm in debt to him. Let me aggressively pay him, get him his 10 racks back. The money right here. Because my question is to you, what's the game plan once he gets paid back to get that van in the business name? That van should be in the business name because now the business can't even write that off. You can't write off the depreciation on the van. You can't write off the note on the van. You're writing off gas on a vehicle that the vehicle is even getting written off under the business itself.
Yeah.
So you're missing the depreciation for the 1 year, and you're missing you're missing the write off on the finance charges.
And that's one of my goals.
But you're paying the bill for it.
Yeah.
You're paying the bill for it.
Yeah.
No, you're writing it off. I'm sorry. I got that wrong. You're writing it off because you're paying it out the business account, right?
Yes.
All right. But it's not in your business name.
No. Not yet. No.
So what's the plan for that? What's the plan for that?
Well, he actually hit me up about 2 weeks ago about that, and I was saying that I'm still working on getting my credit right. So I'm trying to get my personal credit because you got personal guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? And
well, here's the thing. He already got it in his name, so in order to put it in the business, you ain't gonna be able to do it. You're not gonna be able to do it. You're gonna have to refinance. You're gonna have to hold on. You're gonna have to refinance it.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna have to sell it to you, but he can't sell it to you because the bank still owns it. Now, if he owned it outright and he just wanted to switch it over to you, he could sell it to you for $1. He could write up a bill of sale, sell it to you for $1. Right? The reason why you sell it for $1 so you can pay less sales tax on it, county tax. I don't know how it operates out there. He sells it to you for $1, and then you could go to the DMV and put it in your name. But since the bank still owns it, then you're gonna have to go through some refine, which is I wouldn't do it. So this is why I'm saying, like,
you say you want to do what? You want to refinance it?
Hell no.
Not to my personal name? No.
Why would I refinance it? Why? When did you get the van? Earlier this year?
April. Yeah.
And what's the interest rate on it?
9.6%.
You paying 9.6%, which ain't bad. So he's got excellent credit.
Excellent credit, man.
So no, I would, and this is what I'm saying. You got all that money that's accounted for. First thing I would be trying to do is pay back that down payment. So you've had $7,500. I would have gave him $2,500 of that. That would have left me with 3/4 left away, and I would have aggressively tried to pay him back and be like, man, look, I paid your money back before the end of the year. Can we just call it even? Do you want interest? Boom. Now I got him out the way. You know, you still got netting about, if you continue to go the way you going, you netting about $5,000 a month. So now you looking at about $20,000 in cash flow by the end of the year. Because at the end of the year, February, you're going to turn up. You're going to turn up in November and February, following my blueprint.
Yeah. Because
I'm going to tell you the moving going to slow down, and I'm going to put you over here. I'm going to tell you where to go get the money at on the final mile side, on the undercuff. You see what I'm saying? Because you got the van, because that's where the money going to be at. So you're going to run it up in November and December. So man, you could easily have 25,000 continuing to go with my blueprint by the end of the year. But you don't know where the money at.
I need
See,
help
because
with that.
I'm telling you what to do. So now this van, he gonna have to just continue to. You just gonna have to continue to pay the van, and once the van is paid off, whenever 4 or 5 years or however you do it, he's gonna have to sell you that van for $1. Sell you the van for $1, and then he can sell it to the business, whatever your LLC is. He can sell it to the business for $1. All right,
Yeah.
boom. If you got questions for Zoe, put them in the chat. 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 All right. So what's the business up to now, current day?
We in the first week. I still doing moves. I made 700 today doing small jobs. I had 3 small jobs today. It's
Okay.
a couch delivery. What else? I had the move. I moved a mattress in 5 boxes from a 3rd floor, and then we had there was one more job I did right before that. Man, what was that other job I did?
All this was done in the van,
Yeah, everything was done in the van today. It was all small jobs. Yeah.
and you still did Staples.
No, so I gotta put my truck in the shop because it's stalling real bad. So I gotta put it in the shop tomorrow. So I
So
gotta
the
put my
van
truck.
is down. So the van is down.
It's not down yet, but I'm putting it in the shop tomorrow. But I have a warranty on it. I
Did
have
you
a
run
warranty.
Staples today?
Nah, because it's not it's stalling real bad. So I gotta
So
put it
what
in the
did they
shop.
say? They gonna hold your slot for you?
Yeah. So that's the question I had too, which I knew if I ran the numbers right, I think that getting a rental trying to run that wouldn't make any sense because
Uh,
I'm basically
uh,
making profit with the. I'm not making no profit from paying the rental for the van.
let me ask you
You know.
this: you got
Uh,
a U-Haul, so you did 3 small jobs today in a U-Haul vehicle, right?
no, I did it in my van. I did it in my van.
So you did the moves in your van, but you didn't go do the Staples in your van.
Nah, I ain't do the staples in my van. Did the moves though, because I had to
Why?
move at 10 o'clock. I had to move at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I couldn't do the staples anyway. Because I
Why
had
would
to
you
move.
schedule a move? Why would you schedule a move and prioritize that over a dedicated route?
Well, the move was paying more, plus
Bro,
my van
no,
was
no,
stalling too much.
no, 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 no. You never turn down sometimes money. You never put sometimes money over for sure money. That dedicated route is for sure money. That's a guaranteed route. That's dedicated. It's dedicated. You never put tools and fuels above something that's dedicated. I don't care if it is paying more for you because that's a one hit wonder.
Yeah,
That Staples is Monday through Friday. It's gonna be things that's gonna get thrown at you all the time. But you show loyalty to the people who's giving you steady flow because that's for show money. You don't never put a tool and a few and tools and fuels over for sure money. I don't care how much money it is because that for sure money is going to outlast them tools and fuels.
yeah,
You don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You gave them your word, dedicated. So, it is what it is. Because if you went to go do them 3 moves, you should have went to do to take care of your responsibility and your commitment to Staples. Because that's what a good businessman to do. You have a commitment with them.
yeah,
See, now you
yes,
chasing money, and that's not good. It's not good. You got a commitment. You should have went to Staples. But you made 700. You made 700. And
So
tomorrow
what I
you put
do?
in the van, huh?
So what I do? That's what I'm saying with the van thing, with the van situation, renting the van. What would that like? I'm not really gonna be making no money if I'm still paying the rental van.
Well,
Do
have you called Penske? They trying to get it. They call me every day. Mark, please, we begging you. They told me 200. Well, that's me, but 200 and like 10 cent a mile, some goofball stuff. I'm like, what do you want me to do with it? What do you want me
yeah.
to do? Why you call? Why
So they
Reyes?
told
Why you keep calling me Reyes? Reyes, stop calling me. Reyes,
they
stop
told
calling me Reyes.
I don't know how long this truck gonna be in the shop for. I really don't know.
Well, here's
You
the
know what I
thing.
mean?
You got a business, and this is where cash flow comes in. You got a business, you got a commitment. It ain't, in fact, you should go rent a van. You take care of your commitment, even if you break even, because now your cash flow is floating you while your van is in the shop. Plus, it's paying for the cost of the van to get fixed. It's paying for the rental. You have income coming in because you're handling commitment. What did I tell you about those routes? Your brand breaks down. I'm a dog. I'm in there with 9 vehicles. Man, that's how I used to take people's stuff. I couldn't wait for somebody's stuff to break down. I told you in the summertime, I would rent an extra 3 to 5 vehicles and just park them because my margin was crazy.
Yeah.
During my peak, my margins was crazy. I'm making $5,000-$6,000 a day profit. So I'm getting 26 footers for $450 a week with free miles. Just park them in case one of my trucks break down.
That's hard.
Because this is peak time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you break down single owner operator and there's a dog in there and you got a good route. It's been a week. We covering for you. Man, what do that? Man, his van still broke down. Man, let me get this. Well, if his van's not out the shop by Wednesday, then we'll just give it to him. We'll figure something else. Me and you might talk in the shop, and I think you're cool dude. I know you got 2 kids and stuff, but man, I need that. I need it. So you sitting up here telling me, man, so what should I don't know. Should I rent a van? What you think? Yeah. What you think? Because if it's a dog in there that got people, access to capital, vehicle, but you never know. Somebody might come in there. Yeah. Because if I was in there and you had a good route and I could take it, man. Yeah, I know he got kids and but man, dude, this is an extra 300. So now my 9 go to 10. So instead of 2,700, I'm making 3,000 off this account. So that's an extra 100. Okay, yeah, let me get that. Let me get that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So what you think? If it's something that's dedicated, you heard Interstate Screw yesterday. His truck broke down on an R&L, something that everybody is desperate to get R&L. He had R&L. He was one of the few that could get in R&L. His truck broke down. And they moved on. Yeah. Yeah. So what you think? But this is where your cash flow comes in at. So even if you rent the van for $300 a week, that's one day. Yeah. That's just one day. You're satisfying your customer and you're keeping your account secure. A van ain't hard to come by. If it was a 26-footer, then you may have a week. Man, who ain't got a van?
Yeah, I checked in with Enterprise. They said they ain't had none in my area. I'm gonna have to go back to Penske.
Call Penske.
Penske got vans. Yeah, no, trust me, bro. That's what I've been on my mind. Like, man, I can't let this slide. You know what I mean? Because
don't let that route go. Rent a van, man. Rent a van. One day should cover the cost of the van. Period. Then you got the rest of the days. Yeah, you're gonna see your income come down a little bit, but one day, if you get 150 pieces. One day should cover the cost of the van, right? Maybe another half a day should cover the cost of the mileage for the week. And then whatever your fuel and other variable costs, you're still going to make money. But you're going to make less money because you have this added expense, but you're still satisfying the customer and you're keeping your asset, which is the account, and safe. Because if I was in there and I seen it come, I'm trying to take it. Because it wouldn't be nothing for me to just add another van.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's a lot of people in there that's like slacking like that too. You know what I'm saying?
But see, you can't worry about what them because all it takes is one person to step up.
And I've been having that same mind, so I want to snatch somebody else's stuff because that's how I'm slacking.
But you ain't ready to snatch nobody else's stuff because you ain't got the dog in you yet. You misappropriating funds. You putting family over the business. It ain't here yet. Your heart ain't black like that. Is you gonna know somebody got 3-4 kids and they come up missing? You be like, you get in with the operation. I need that, and take it, and then knowing in the back of their head that now you took that account from them. You ain't ready for that yet. You ain't ready for that yet because the way you operate in your business, you prioritizing the wrong thing over the wrong thing. You misappropriating funds, and you're not ready for that. You need to focus on that. You asking me, should you go rent a van to run your account? What you think? Yeah. Of course you should go rent a van. You have a commitment. Not only do you have a commitment, you don't want to lose it. It was a guy literally up here yesterday that said his truck broke down for an account that everybody wants, and they moved on. So yeah, go get a van and cover the account, man.
All right. Dang, I got ripped tonight, man.
You didn't get ripped. I mean, it's just you got a free consultation in the form of your testimonial. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you're doing is common with a lot of people, but man, business is business. You know, people have to separate business from personal, and
yeah,
the personal, when you're a business person, it's different from who you are as a person. And then eventually when you become a good businessman, you're gonna even when you're out with your family, you're gonna, like I was talking to somebody yesterday, it was like, man, you real frugal with everything personal. Like I account for everything. Like I'm OCD with it, even on my personal, because it's just innate in me from being a businessman. You gotta understand, at my peak, I'm dealing with 30, 35 people, 15 trucks. I can't misappropriate anything. You see what I'm saying? Because I got people that depend on me. So no, you gotta tighten up. You gotta tighten up, bro. So any questions?
Yeah.
You got questions? Or I'm talking about the chat, but anybody in the chat got questions? 5-Star said you about to lose that staple contract. See, I didn't even see that. So he's basically saying the same thing that I'm saying. He's just saying a little bit more harsher. Because even if don't nobody step up and want to take it, they may just move on. I'm pretty sure they got applicants. And here's the thing. If people order things from Staple and they're giving them, the API is giving them a delivery date for, let's say, tomorrow. Now, tomorrow when you don't show up, whether you call off or not, if they can't distribute that route, let's say if it's 150 pieces, now they got to figure out, hey, Hector, can you take 10 pieces? I know this is sort of along your route. Then they got to try to put 10 pieces on this van, 10 pieces on that van, 10 pieces on this van, 10 pieces on that van. And eventually something going to get left behind. Somebody's going to not be happy. Some customer is not going to get their order, right? It's just not going to get their order. And if your van is gone for the whole week, they're going to have to deal with that every single day, to the point where they're just like, man, go through the application. Let's see, do we got anybody that's already been through the onboarding process just waiting to come in and get started? So, you know, this is why I always had extra vans and extra trucks just sitting there, because I got to dedicate. I'm not trying to lose it. It's easy money.
Yeah.
You know, and when I was covering Office Depot, I swear to God, I'm not lying. Everything I love, every day I would get a call, because in Chicago it's 43 routes. So I don't know, it's probably not 43 routes out there in North Carolina, but Office Depot here,
about 20 routes.
Okay, so here was 43 routes. 43 routes, somebody calling off every day. I'm the biggest contractor in there. A third of those 43 routes, I owned them. Right? Mark, you got an extra truck or a van that you can send us? We had a guy call off. I know we call you every day. No problem. Man, this guy, we've been covering this route for the past week. Yeah, his van, I need this. This is how I built up to 9. I didn't just come in the door with 9 vehicles doing office supply delivery. This is exactly how I built up. We were doing good with the office, but not the office dude, with the IKEA. They also had Office Depot and Granger. Man, can you help us out with Office Depot? Yeah, I can help y'all out. Start with 1, went to 2, went to 3, went to 4, went to 5, went to 6, went to 7, went to 8, went to 9, and then sometimes we would go to 10. Every day they would get a call. Some days I would be able to cover it. You know what I'm saying? A route. Some days I would. So maybe 2 to 3 days out the week, I cover somebody that didn't show up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to get to that point, man.
But you gotta. How do you think I got to that point though?
Yeah, straight.
I definitely didn't get there misappropriating funds. Granted, I didn't have a wife and a kid. I lived at home, but that was the sacrifice. I was dating somebody. She wanted me to move out. I told this story. She wanted me to move out my mom's crib. I'm making money hand over fist. I'm way past starting a pickup truck now. I think I'm at like 4 or 5 trucks now. I'm still living at the crib. She knew I was making the money because she got to the lifestyle change. You know, she got nice Christmas gifts and Louis Vuitton. And I went to one of my employees' weddings in Vegas that year. We flew out there. We stayed I think we stayed at the Mandalay, one of the suites, and we gambled and we dressed good. We went shopping. We had a good, the money wasn't no issue, but I wasn't ready to move out because I know moving out was going to be a personal expense that I wasn't ready to take on yet because I had a bigger plan. And that money that I would have had to pay myself now to cover the cost of living, I would rather reinvest that back into the business and pay myself less. When it got time for me to move out, I moved to where I wanted to move, which is where I'm at right now. I've been here since 2014. So I didn't want to even take stepping stones as far as life. I own a moving company. It sucks to move. You think I want to move? No, I said once I move, I'm not moving again until I get married. So I'm gonna buy something that I'm comfortable in. You see what I'm saying? And when it got time to move that, I aggressively started paying myself more because I knew I was going to have to deal with the bank. You see what I'm saying? So I got up to paying myself $7,000 a pay period, just so that when they came back, that going back to look at my check stuff, okay, he can afford this place. So those were the sacrifices that I made. By the time I moved into this place, I was at full scale. I made sure I hit my goal before I left the crib. Because once I hit my goal, the business had already it could sustain itself 7, 8 vehicles ago. But I wanted to go a little bit farther. I wanted to push it a little bit farther. So, and then once I got to that point, then I wasn't nothing. So in order to get to that point, basically what I'm saying is, in order for me to scale like that, it's one key thing that allowed me to do it. The books were in order. How do you think I was able to go out constantly every 2-3 months and go from buying a truck every 2 months to buying 2 trucks? And then paying them off, recouping the money. Yeah, it was a different time and the trucks were a lot cheaper, right? But I was working them trucks. I was working my people. I was sitting in the office finding the work. I was paying myself very modest. I wasn't paying myself handsomely at that point yet. But the books were right because I was reinvesting pretty much everything back into the business, and I was living at home. Rich as hell, living at the crib. You see what I'm saying? So, and I didn't let her, she dumped me. She gave me an ultimatum. She probably watching, she watched the channel. Because I wanted her to come up here and tell the story. She dumped me, January of 2014. Nothing stands in front of me in the business, nothing. Because when you're an entrepreneur, especially like me at this point in my life, I'm an entrepreneur. I know that I got to take care of what's taking care of me. And it's a difference when you got a job. When you got a job, you punch in 9 to 5, you go home. When you got a business, you got to make sure you on top of everything. So how can I put something in front of something that I have to make sure is not only taking care of me, but taking care of a bunch of other people as well? So this is where I have to focus my time at. And if a person is not willing to, can't understand that, it's too far. I'm gone too far for me to turn around. And if you want to get to that point, you're going to have to sacrifice and you're going to have to focus. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to focus, bro. You can do it, especially in a van. It's easy. Easy in a van. It's way easier in a van than in a box truck. It's easier to hire people. I did a social experiment today. I said, every Amazon van I see, I want to see if it's a man or a woman. Out of 10 Amazon vans that I remembered to look to see if a man or woman, or the ones that I drove past that I actually saw who was actually on it, out of 10, what do you think the ratio was?
Women more women, right?
But give me the number. Just take a guess.
I don't know, 70-30. The women.
Out of 10 vans, it was 9 women and 1 guy.
Yeah, more women. Yeah.
So it's easier to hire, it's easier to scale, and there's more opportunity. So if you're doing a cargo van, it's simple, it's easy. You just got to buckle down, put your head down, stay focused, appropriate your funds, sacrifice. Sacrifice. Them years going to go by quick. It took me 2010, I started with a pickup truck. By 2014, I was at scale and had a warehouse. You saw the episode with Rob, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right, so he took my blueprint working for me and duplicated it. He got up to 6 trucks. He talked about how cold I was, how hard and mean and tough I was. I'm dealing with gangsters. He a Latin king. So, it's a lot of sacrifice, bro. So, you got a family, you gotta take care of your living expenses, and then everything else, man, you gotta put up. You can aggressively scale, but you gotta become a dog and you gotta make that sacrifice, dog. Your books ain't in order, man. You gotta get your books in order. You ain't gonna never be able to get to that point if that money ain't right, because you need the money to go up.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where the money at, then how can you go up?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So, what contracts does? Oh, that's not for you. I need questions for Big Zoe. Big Zoe, did you feel like you should scale up the last 2 months or keep it at the rate you were going? Is that question for me or is that question for Big Zoe? Zoe, he said? Did you feel like you should scale up in the last 2? I guess that's for you. Did you feel like you should scale up in the last 2 months or keep it at the rate you were going? So in the last 2 months, do you feel like you wanted to scale up or just keep it at the rate?
Nah, I felt like I wanted to scale up, but like I said, the books, I always had an issue with these books, and like because of that, it was always in my mind, and I have the work ethic to do it, but because like I'm not managing my books correctly, it was always in my mind. Every month I was wondering where money was going. So yeah, I can't do it. I couldn't.
Because you spending. Listen, I'm finna give you an easy game plan. 1, streamline everything like I told you. Everything in and out of that one account. 2, pay yourself. Pay yourself. What your living expenses is $3,500. You need to work so that you can pay yourself at least $5,000 a month. You got 2 kids, so you're not gonna get taxed. You got dependents. Does your wife work?
Nah.
So she's dependent on you too, right? So boom. So you're not gonna get taxed like how I would get taxed, right? So pay yourself $5,000, $5,500, $5,000, whatever. You got $3,500 going to your living expenses.
How?
What do you mean? You got QuickBooks.
No, I'm saying like when I pay myself, do I transfer it out of like how? Like do I take it out cash or do I?
Man, find you a CPA. If you making that type of money, you can afford to pay a CPA $100 a month.
Yeah, I need a CPA.
If you make $19,000 and you can pay $100 a month for a CPA.
I've been looking for a CPA. I've been looking for one since July because I knew
you need a CPA. Find you a CPA so they can manage your books. So when tax time comes and they can pay you they probably gonna charge you about $100 a month, maybe less since it's just you, but it's probably about $100 a month. And then that CPA is gonna ultimately help you too, because they're gonna see things and they're gonna give you advice. A lot of the stuff that I know, my CPA taught me. I remember my first 7 Series. I bought it myself like a goofball. He's like, why would you buy this? You an idiot or something? Why wouldn't you lease it under the business? Me being a retard, listening to the rappers talk about, man, I own this, I don't lease.
Yeah.
Even when I was at the dealership, Mark, my sales guy down at Joe Perillo, he's like, why are you buying this thing? Why don't you just lease it under the business? I told him the same thing, like, lease it, man. It's like, Mark, 85% of the people that come in here lease. You get $100,000 some $100,000 car. No one buys that. 85% of people lease it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Sure enough, it was stupid. I ended up 2 years taking that one back, trading in for another one, the newest model one, and leasing it under the business. That first year, I was able to write the depreciation off, which was $9,000. I write off the lease payment. It's leased under the company, so obviously it got its own fuel card. I'm the president of the company, so it's a take-home car. I drove it once a week, maybe twice.
Yeah.
Everything should be coming in the business. Everything should be going out. Pay yourself a decent amount, $5,000, boom, $3,500. So if you're averaging, let's say about $20,000, you could keep that average up to $20,000. You could pay yourself $5,000. That means you covering your expenses. You got a little left in the kitty. Now your business has cash flow.
Yeah.
Now your business has cash flow, because if you would have cash flowed this, and let's say you gave $7,500, I would have took 25 of that 75 and gave it to brother-in-law. I'm trying to get brother-in-law out the way while the money is good, because you never know what that lays ahead. You trying to get brother-in-law out the way. You got to get brother-in-law out the way so you can scale up. Yo, I got $7,500 that's not accounted for. I'm going to get $2,500 to brother-in-law. I got $5,000 as working capital now. I'm going to try to duplicate that the following month. Did it again. Boom. $2,500 to brother-in-law. Boom. Now I got $10,000. Now we in November. Man, I came up a little short, but that's okay. I'm still going to get $2,500 to brother-in-law. Now I got $4,000. Boom. Now I got $14,000 working capital. Boom. Truck broke down in October. That might cost me $1,500 or $1,000. Boom. All right, no problem. I got $14,000 working capital. Now I got $13,000. Boom. Now we in November or December, whatever. Man, Mark was right, man. Man, he ain't lying, man. I just did a $500 run off Roadie, just delivering some t-shirts for Fanatics like he showed on the screen that one time. I did 3 of these, man. It's booming on these gig apps. This where all the money at. This where the peak season money at. So now you make another $20,000. You might make $25,000 that month. Man, shit. Man, I'm up another $11,000 in net capital, man. Shit. Let me get brother-in-law this $5,000, get brother-in-law out the way. Brother-in-law taken care of, because in January it's going to get slow.
For everything.
Brother-in-law, but see, this is the blueprint. Brother-in-law out the way now. You done gave him his $10,000. If I can run it up and purchase a truck every 2 to 3 months, but what you making and with your living costs being as low as it is, you can give brother-in-law $2,500 for 4 consecutive months. Now, brother-in-law out the way going into the new year. You got about a little under $20,000 working capital. You sacrifice it. Y'all living a very modest lifestyle. Y'all taking care of the kids, the family. You do the same thing all next year. You turn up. You got to work like a dog. You starting a business. You got to work like a dog. You do the same thing. Now you got a full year to do it. All next year. You're going to have up months, down months. But now you know the blueprint. Mark gave me the blueprint. I know in March, it's time to turn up. Because March, you're going to start seeing the move and pick up. April, a little more. By May, you gone. May, you should be running every day. June, every day. July, every day. August, every day. September, every day. Boom. Now you running that. Now you got the full year, because you started at the beginning of the moving season all the way to the end. Boom, 6 months, Nick, if you should be able to put away about $50,000.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So now, and at the end of that year, when moving season slows down, after you work your butt off, that moving season, you sitting on about, you, let's say you put away about $50,000-$60,000 in cash flow, maybe more. Now, you know what? Brother-in-law paid, he paid off last year. You know what? Let me flirt with maybe another van. Let me go look in the laser ship and see what they talking about. I got the money now. This year coming up, you're going to get a full moving season. And since you know the business, if you're going to rent a truck and you really going to do it, once you build out your moves, you'll be able to schedule them out weeks ahead of time. You know, the last week and the first week of the month is moving weeks because people's leases end on the last day of the first day. So that last week of the month, that first week, now you starting to take your moves ahead of time and you schedule them. Boom, you know, one bedroom going to take 2 to 4. So boom, I got a crew schedule from 8 to 12 here. You can go do your Staples route. You renting a Penske truck long term. Boom, go ahead and get you a 16-footer. Follow the blueprint. Pay the little $350 a week. Pay the little funky 15 cents a mile. Keep the truck. One move is going to cover that. Boom, keep that truck. Now you got a crew out working while you doing the Staples, and then you can join them at the end of the day. So now you running Staples, you got the truck running the moves, making money simultaneously because you already got one guy. You just need another guy to drive the truck. So now you making money. Now you can do 3 moves. You got your morning, your afternoon, and your evening move. So now you're doing 3. I wouldn't go over 1 bedroom because you want to block them out in 4 hours. It take you 4 hours to do a 1 bedroom. So boom, that first one should start at 8 to 12. Boom. Give yourself a little leeway. You tell the next customer, man, you got a 1 to 3 arrival window. Boom. You arrive that time between 1 to 3. You knock that out 4 hours. Boom. You get that last customer a 5 to 7 arrival window. You only 25. You shouldn't be getting home until it's dark. And you should be able to hop right back up in the morning. I did it. I was doing 4 moves a day. I was getting home at 11, 12, right back up at 6, 7. You doing your Staples, you making your 300 there. While you doing that, you got a crew that's already moving. You could join them in the afternoon. Or if they out moving, they doing a good job, all your little twos and fews with the van, you can do them. Your little law offices that need banker's boxes move from one law office to another. Your little IKEA runs that you could do one man by yourself. The little gig stuff that you could do by yourself. Because if you're going to rent that truck like you're renting from U-Haul right now, you really shouldn't be renting from U-Haul. You should be renting from Penske, right? Because they have the better commercial rates. You rent it for the week for the 3, rent the 16-footer. You're going to pay the $300 to $350 for the week. They're going to charge you about 15 cents a mile. You pay for the insurance. All in, you're probably going to be at about $500. Boom, that's one move. Boom, you got that truck running for the whole week. Just do a 2-month commitment, lock in that rate. Boom, you just keep that truck. You keep them running, and you run your van. And if you need to hop on a 3-man job with them in the afternoon, you go meet up with them.
Yo, that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Or once you finish your staple route, you have them do a 1-bedroom in the afternoon, in the morning, and then you finish in your evening. Could be a 2-bedroom because now if you need the additional room, you pull up on them to meet them for that move with the van.
Yeah.
And then you charge for the 3-man.
See, that was a struggle, man, trying to do Staples and moving at the same time, you know.
But you're not gonna be able to do that. You don't want to give up the Staples because as you continue to scale and grow, you already have that relationship with them. So you might be able to put another van in there.
But see, that's what I'm saying. See, what I was saying was because I'm running Staples and moving at the same time, I'm missing out on moves in the morning. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing Staples. But what you said was makes sense.
You too new. You can't tackle everything when you're new. You can only do what you could do.
Nah, but I'm saying that blueprint for next year, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you now, and I'm not gonna repeat it. So I hope you got mental notes. You dig what I'm saying? So you need to be prepping for next moving season now. Because you know at the end of March is when it starts to slowly tick up, right? So when it slowly starts to tick up, you need to already Man, I already know. My first week of April, my last week of March, you should already know what that looked like by the middle of March. You should already be taking bookings for the end of March for the first week of April. You should be telling people I'm booked.
Yeah.
So that's your blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be focused on that now and trying to find out if you can find another guy. Build that out and work in 3-man teams so that way, boom, when you need to come off, they're working in 2-man teams. You got them doing 2-man run, first floor, no more than 2 flights. You don't want to send 2 guys to do 3 floors, 1 bedroom and down. And then if it's a 3-man, boom, my Staples route going in, I can hop on the truck with them for their second job or maybe their third job later on in the day. You know what I'm saying? And then you just run it like that. Now you got 2 because you already got a guy and you already renting the truck. You just renting a truck from the wrong place.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
So you just need to appropriate your funds right, and you need to buckle down and sacrifice, and that's it. It's just
Yeah.
Let me see. It was another question. How many stops does your Staples run?
49 to 55 stops a day.
49 to 59 stops. 49 to 50, you said? 49 to 59?
40 to 50 stops a day, average.
40 to 50 stops a day average. All right.
Yeah.
What's your plan now for better financial management?
Get a CPA.
Get a
CPA. Manage funds correctly. Which I should have did.
Now that you have heard what needs to be done, what are you thinking that you're going to immediately do differently tomorrow or next week? What's the first step plan you're going to change?
Look for a CPA, get this rental truck, put my truck in the shop, and get back on that Staples route and continue get that CPA, continue doing the moves, manage his funds right. Really.
So what I would do for you with the Staples route, instead of renting a van, I would just rent a 16-footer. I would rent a 16-footer. Because you're doing pallets of paper anyway. Just rent a 16-footer, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, it ain't too much of a price difference from the band with Penske. It's giving you more room so that you can easily just transition at the end of the day to a full 1-bedroom move.
That makes sense.
Big Zo with the cargo van for 118 miles, 9 stops at $7.50 per stop and 60 cents per mile. Is that a good rate for the mid-America market hauling auto parts? I don't think he would know that. I don't think he would know that, Charles.
Is you with US Pack? Is that US Pack? Because they do auto parts, right?
They do auto parts.
I had a contract with US Pack, but I had to turn it down because they wasn't paying right. I ain't like them.
$7.50 per stop, 60 cents per mile. Is that a good rate for mid-America market hauling auto parts? Depending on how many stops. And then 2, from my understanding with I forget the guy's name, the head of the UAW. A bunch more plants they just added. So it's like, I forget the numbers. 25,000 auto workers is on the picket line right now. So as more plants start joining that strike, they already said, Ford already said they got like another week of and then that lag is gonna be non-existent. Basically, the lag is that plant that was producing those auto parts that they shut down, they had enough auto parts produced that they could keep pumping out for this past week or 2, but now that 2-week lag is out. So next week, you're going to start feeling the effects. So if you got a Ford, Chrysler, or GM, pray to God that it don't break down. Pray to God that it don't break down. And if it do break down, pray to God that wherever you take it, whatever part they need, they have it. And you got a Chrysler too. So, so to answer that question, me personally, would I be looking to get an auto part contract? No. And the reason why is because, what's this guy's name? I look this up every day. And I know this guy's name. I just can't think of it on the top of my head. Union president. What's his name? Sean Fain. This dude ain't nothing to play with, man. He ain't nothing to play with. This guy right here, Sean Fain ain't nothing to play with. At my 43 years on this earth and keeping up with different strikes and stuff, Sean Fain, he ain't playing no games. He's trying to make a point. I don't know what point he's trying to make. He may be looking to run for president later on down the line. Hey, man, this strike is going to continue to grow and grow and grow. They're not even close. They're not even close. So taking an auto parts run right now, it may be kind of risky because you may start in good and then it just may go kaput. So that's just me personally. I don't know, make your own well-informed decision. As a single member LLC, do you recommend paying yourself through payroll system or just taking distribution? As a single member LLC, do you recommend paying? Listen, I want to answer questions. Like, ask your questions just for Big Zo. I'm not really answering questions tonight. This is his testimonial, but I'm going to answer this last one. Do you recommend paying yourself through a payroll system or just taking distributions? You definitely want to pay yourself through a payroll system. You want to be accounted for as an individual. If you have the margins there where you can hire a CPA to manage it for you, I would do that. Let me see. Zoe, do you plan on getting a scheduled system when you have moved the same time as the contract?
That's wifey, by the way.
Oh, that's wifey?
Yeah.
Oh, she trying to put you on Front Street and embarrass you because.
Yeah.
Well, I just gave him the answer. Yeah, you want to put on. I gave him the answer to that. You want to do 3 moves a day. You want to do a morning, an afternoon, and an evening, an 8 to 12. You want to get a second, a 1 to 3 arrival window, and then you want to get that evening one, a 5 to 7 arrival window. You don't want to do anything more than a 1 bedroom. And then while you doing your Staples run, you can either meet up with the crew for the afternoon move and the evening move. Have you reached out to any other 3PLs outside of Jersey?
Well, I'm not in Jersey. I'm in North Carolina. I'm from
right. He moved to North Carolina, right? So have you reached out to any other 3PLs?
Yeah, I reached out to US Pack and just US Pack and Lasership, but US Pack I had a contract with them, but I didn't like it because I had to get up at 1:30 in the morning. And it was only trying to pay me like $115, so I didn't want to do it. And I was driving 200 miles. So
okay,
it was auto parts.
And Lasership, you not ready to build out a fleet yet. That's the only way you're gonna really maximize with Lasership.
You gotta have a fleet with Lasership, man.
Right.
You got a fleet. They told me you gotta have a fleet to come back next year.
Yep. So we trying to get you to that point where you can go back to them. Let me see any more questions for Big Zo. Did you answer that one? Mauricio said, squeeze everything out of these 304s. Good move, Mark. LOL. Gotta squeeze everything out. No question for him, Mark, but he should look into Fluid Truck for a van in case the normal rental spots don't have a van. Yeah, you want to check into Fluid too. Fluid's a new company. I've never
I checked
dealt with them.
I gotta check back into them.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar. I know who they are, but I've never done business with. It's one of those startup rental companies. Let me see. Make sure everybody's question. Was this an accident of financing the vehicle under your personal name by the lender, or was y'all intent to go this route and financing the van under your personal name?
I had no choice. He was investing into me, so I couldn't use my personal credit because my personal credit was really bad at the time.
Let me ask you this: was it ever a thought for him to still invest the money, but invest it under the business name and then he PG it? Did that ever come up in conversation or no?
It did, and I'm trying to go back to remember why we didn't do it. I think it was something with my personal credit still.
It didn't have nothing to do with your personal credit. That's why I said, did it come up where you can buy it under the business and he PG it? So the business was going to take the loan now, and he was going to personally guarantee it. He was going to co-sign for the business.
You know what? We didn't even go that route. I don't think we went that route. But would that even be? if I didn't have it, if I never had any business type of funding or credit before, would that even be possible to do that?
Then it has nothing to do. The business is gonna need a personal guarantor anyway. Instead
Oh,
of
okay,
you,
so
it just would have been him. He would have just co-signed for the business.
I didn't know that was possible. That's crazy. I
I
didn't even know that.
mean, you would have to co-sign for the business. The business is not gonna. They just don't let businesses get stuff no more without somebody guaranteeing it. Those days are
So you
long
saying that
gone.
he could have personally guaranteed it, even if I couldn't do it?
He just would have co-signed for the business.
Oh, okay. We should have went that route then. It would have been better, but that's water under the bridge now. I just need to go ahead and just get him taken care of.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me make sure I got everybody. Uh, let me see. Let me see. I think. Let me see. Was this an accident? That's the same question. All right, let me scroll back down. Is it possible for the business to take over payments of a personal? I came in at the end of that combo. So just to repeat, it's just like a house, right? If if you own a house, and let's say you own a house and then you marry a woman, right? And you marry this woman and y'all married and you want to put her on the house, you're going to have to refinance that house in order to put her on the deed, right? You're going to have to refinance it. You just can't go down there and do it. You're going to have to refinance it to add her. So same thing with a vehicle. You know, the brother-in-law owns it. In order to add the business to that is going to have to be refinanced. It's going to have to be a new loan, new application that is going to be able to put both parties on it. The only way he's going to be able to get from under that is to just pay it off. And then at the end of the payoff, once you receive the title, once brother-in-law receives the title, just have him sell you the van for $1. Just have him sell you the van. Have him sell the business the van for $1. You could go the refinance route, but at this point, I would just let it ride out, man. I would just let it ride out. Let me see. Malcolm says, if you're running that Staples route through Carrier Express, is that who you're running it through?
Yeah.
He says Staple route is gone if he's running it through Carrier Express. They're not loyal at all. So I guess he has experience. He's basically saying if you don't continue to run that because your van is broke down, they're gonna move on.
Yeah. I've been in touch with them though, so I'm gonna get back in there. I've been in touch with them. I ain't just leave them hanging. I told them exactly what was going on.
You should be going there tomorrow.
I am gonna go there tomorrow. I'm gonna figure it out.
You need to go rent you a truck and continue to do your route.
Definitely going there tomorrow.
Who helped you write the contract you came up with for your brother-in-law, and where did you get your information from?
I did the contract myself.
All right. My wife. I'm sorry. Have you thought about trying out to run your business back here in Newark, New Jersey?
Nah, man, I can't go back to the trenches, man. I gotta stay where I'm at. Nah, man, I don't plan on moving back home. Can't do it.
Hold on, somebody put a super chat in there. I didn't see it.
Any maintenance on a 6 foot?
Let me see. Yeah, I see that. Live chat, messages. All right, so any maintenance on the 16-foot rental, just kidding. Great way to turn no money to slow money into the van is back. Yeah, he's basically saying, yeah, the 16-footer is a good way to go. Let me see. Stay well. Do you recommend brother-in-law have a contract agreement of him being an investor? See, I'm curious to know how you wrote that contract up as well. I'm curious to see like what you put into that contract as well. What terms you put.
What was the question again?
Basically, what she wants to know is how was in layman's term, how was the contract structured? You know what I'm saying? Obviously you're gonna pay back the principal. What was there an interest? Is there anything? Did he loan you the money just to get you started? And he just want his 10,000 back? Does he want his 10,000 back with
No,
interest?
it's interest on it. I just need to
How
go
how
back
much
to
interest? You don't know how
I
much
got
interest you told him?
man, I gotta go back
Was
to the
was it more than 10%?
No. Mm-mm. No. And I made the arrangements too. So no, it wasn't.
So how much did you buy $10,000 for? Because that's basically what you did. You bought $10,000 like any other loan. When you take a loan, interest, you just buying money. So how much did you buy the 10,000 for? It's simple. You should know what you you should know what you
I
bought the money
don't.
for.
I don't, not right now, but I have it up here.
You think he know?
He knows, but
Let's
I
get him on
have
the
it.
phone. Let's get him on the phone because I want to know.
It's too
Let's
late
get him
right
on the
now.
phone. Let's get him on the phone.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Did you get
Let
the
me see.
contract notarized?
No, we just signed off on it.
But you've been paying him?
Yeah, I've been paying him every single month. No lie, every single month. Hold on, let me go back. I think it's on this. 1 second.
What's the best
I'm a pro-
contractual agreement, legal document for an investor partner who wants to invest, partner up your business? He gives the person. Your question is kind of long, but if you want contracts, the best thing to do is get a subscription with Rocket Lawyer. That's where I've been getting all my contracts from years.
I have Rocket
Rocket
right
Lawyer.
now. That's who I do contracts with.
Yeah. So.
But I didn't do the contract with him on it, but I be doing it with my moving customers.
You can't get brother-in-law on the phone?
Man, I don't want to call him right now, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. He might be
All right,
asleep.
All right, man. Forget
But
it. Man.
you know what though?
You supposed to know that though. You supposed to know that, man. You supposed to know. You don't even know what you paying back.
Not at the moment, I don't.
How you don't know what's something that you made up to pay back? You should know what that is because you should be aggressively trying to pay it off so you could decrease the interest.
I'm gonna find it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find this joint, man.
Do you run any gig apps with your van?
Amazon Flex. What's the other one? A little bit of Dispatch. I don't like Dispatch though, but not a lot because I do moving and moving. I just do a lot of moving. So moving, I was doing it, but now I just do moving.
Man, don't worry about it, man. It's taking you too long. So, all right, man. If anybody got no other questions, what percentage do you have to pay your investor even after his initials? That's what everybody want to know. That's what everybody want to know.
I gotta find this, boy. I'm gonna find it.
Man, you supposed to know that.
I know, man.
You wrote it.
I know. I know, man. I know.
Who is Barbie? Is that your sister-in-law?
Who?
She said, I do.
Who was that?
You said you got people watching, right? Barbie M?
I don't know who Barbie M is. That's not a real name. I don't know.
Oh, Barbie M says she do. I do. Oh, no. Barbie M.
I don't know. It could be a troll, though. I don't know who it is. If they ain't saying who they are, I don't know. The only one that's in here right now that just said something was marked by Mo. That's wifey.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, you supposed to know that, so. All right, well, don't worry about it, man. It's taking you too long, man. So if nobody got no other questions, I'm concerned brother-in-law will get perpetuity forever. That's why I asked him early, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, is it some perpetuity in this? Like, I'm just, you know, curious to know what the
Hold on, man. I swear to God, I'm gonna find it. I got other stuff in here. 1 second. Man, I can't find it right now.
Now he ain't gonna get perpetuity. I think he eventually he gonna pay up off. You know what I'm saying? I believe he gonna pay it off. Now he may have perpetuity as far as the van is concerned if he don't take care of the business as far as switching it over. I'm from LA and I'm going to take over my stepdad's bobtail truck. And I have 2 contracts with Best Buy and Home Depot. What do you suggest for a starter? Stepdad's bobtail truck. I have 2 contracts with Best Buy and Home Depot. If you only got 1 truck, you only gonna be able to run 1 contract. Five Star said, keep you in this circle until we get this answer. Everybody want to know this answer. The room is holding firm. We was up to like 130 people at one point. We like around about 100 people now between Instagram and not Instagram, but YouTube and Facebook. But these 100 people that's in here, they really want to know what this contract is like. The other 30 people that left, they really weren't concerned. I had a two van with them. One broke down, ran both routes off one van for a week, and they still slid someone else in there on the other one. So Malcolm says he was running staples for that company, and he was off for a week, and they slid somebody else in there. So
I mean,
I told you they was gonna do it.
They always got people coming. I'm not gonna be out for a week though, man. I ain't gonna be out for no week. I ain't worried about losing that contract, man. Trust me.
You should be.
I'm gonna be back in there tomorrow.
Man, forget, man. Where is this contract at, man?
I'm not gonna lie. We signed up for it and everything. I'm just trying to.
Did you write it up on Rocket Lawyer?
No, I wasn't using Rocket Lawyer at the time. No, but I'm trying to go back into our emails because I know it's in here.
Why don't you just search his email? What's his name? Just search his name, and then all your emails should pop up.
Only thing that's popping up right now is the transactions that we going through my bank. Hold on, let me go to my sent.
Not to be the dead horse, is there a long enough positive cash flow for a business loan to get van under business and possibly pay brother-in-law back? Too risky. Not to beat the horse, is there long enough positive cash flow? From what I've seen, there is. Just this past month, he made $19,000, and from what he told me, it's about $7,500 that's unaccounted for. So if he wanted to take $5,000 of that $7,500 and leave $2,500 cash flow, he could have did that.
Yeah,
you could have took you could have took $5,000 of that and gave it to brother-in-law. I would aggressively like this was the month you should have got brother-in-law out the way. But see, where did the money go? Too many Apple Pays.
Too many.
Who is Big Russ? You know Big Russ? Is that your people?
What is he saying?
Do you know Big Russ?
It's people that's watching, but I don't. What did he say?
Big Russ says a 4.2% interest rate. Do you know a Big Russ?
I don't.
Oh, I don't know. Big Russ says at 4.2.
They gotta say their real names because I don't know who that is.
Yeah, but whatever it is, if the money that you told me, but you can't find out. People want me to hold you in a circle, but I don't feel like waiting, man. I gotta get up out of here, man. You supposed to know all this stuff. You supposed to know all this stuff.
Hold on.
I know how much money I lost today. I only made money today on my portfolio. I was down on my portfolio on everything except XRP. I lost money on everything in both of my portfolios and all my wallets except XRP. Okay, what is it? What is it?
So I wrote this down, and I said he will receive his $10K investment back with 25% interest.
25% interest?
For a total of 48 months, which is a total of $14,313.53.
Why would... Nothing. I can't tell you why. That's your business. That's your business. 48 months.
With 43, with 40, and I put with
$4,313.53. Wait. Slow down. You borrowed $10,000, right?
Yeah.
You pay 25% interest back, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm paying back.
And what's the total payback you said?
Total payback $14,313.53.
Why is it 14,000?
Total says total monthly
All right,
payments.
check this out. You borrowed 10,000,
Yeah,
right? You paying 25% on that 10,000, right?
yeah.
That's 12,500. So you should be paying $2,500 for 10.
I should be paying how much?
$2,500 for 10.
Okay. So why did I put 14? I don't know what I was thinking back then, man. I don't know what I was thinking. So I got the math all wrong.
Yeah, I mean it's easy math.
I don't know what
10,000, you just look at it 10%. You divide 10 by 4. 25 times 25.
How did I come up with 14,000? So I'm like, what? Mistakes.
25 times 4 is 100. So 2,500 times 4 is 10,000. 25% of 10 is 2,500. So 25% on top of 10 is 2,500. So are you paying the interest monthly, or how are you doing it? Or you just looked at it like a fixed loan of 25% and you borrowing 10,000. Okay, well if you're looking at it like that, then it should only be two. No. Well, you did like what?
So
compounded monthly. So then, all right, let's take a look.
I said,
all right, so what's the total? What's the total payback? 14,000, right?
Yeah, $14,313.53.
313.53 divided by, you saying you paying $400 a month, even, right?
Well, on this contract it says $397.60.
Yeah, it's not right.
I don't
know what you got going on. Yeah, I don't know what you got going on, bro. Me, if that would have been me, it's just like this. You borrow money, okay, boom. I'm gonna buy your money. I need to buy 10 grand from you. All right. I want to give you 20% on that 10 grand. So I'm gonna give you 20. I'm gonna give you 20 points. So you're gonna give me 10. I'm gonna give you 2. I'm gonna buy 10 for 2. So you're gonna give me 10. I'm gonna give you 12 back.
So yeah, it should have been 12, not freaking.
But see, I don't know how you structured the deal. It's just like a car loan or a house loan. Are you paying interest every month?
Yes, interest. I guess it's interest every month. I don't even know how I did this.
I don't know how you did. I'm asking you.
I gotta go back and do this.
Man, you gotta get it together, man. You don't even know what you're paying. You paying, so basically you paying $397, right?
6. Yeah.
$397.60.
Yeah.
For 48 months, you said, right? That's 4 years.
Yeah.
That's $19,084. That's $19,084.80.
Yeah, I don't know how I did this.
So at $397 and some change for 48 months, that's $19,000. That goes back to what I was saying when you was talking about your numbers, just not adding up. If you borrow 10 and you're paying back 19, that's more than 25%. That's double. That's 100%. That's damn near 100%.
Yeah. Because I'm paying $400 a month, really. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. This is what I draw it up. This is crazy.
See, that's what I'm saying. What you saying? You draw it up. You said 25%, right? Then you said $397 for 48 months, right? So you said 25%. Then you said $397. So 25% fixed. You borrowing 10 with 25 points. Let's just make it simple. Let's say we the mob. All right. You come to me, you say, Mark, I need 10 grand. I said, I'm gonna charge you 25 points. So basically, I'm gonna give you 10. You're buying $10,000 from me for $2,500. So I'm gonna give you 10. You're gonna give me back 20. You're gonna give me back 12.5. Now, if you're doing compounded interest, that's different. You're paying interest on top of that principal every single month. But what you said, you're paying 25% at $397 for 48 months. $397 for 48 months is like 90%, damn near 100%, 90% pretty much. Because the numbers, the math is easy. You're borrowing 10,000. So 20,000 is 100 points. That's 100%.
Yeah.
This is double, right? So 19 is 90%.
Yeah, I don't know what.
And you've been paying him this. You just gonna pay him this $397 for 4 years?
Heck no.
Oh, yeah, you need to figure that out. What wifey at, man? Wifey done got real quiet in the chit chat. She probably on the phone with sis. Wake brother-in-law up. What wifey at? I don't see her no more. I gotta get on her too. She gotta come stand in this circle too. What wifey? No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, man. I ain't gonna do that, man. I saw how you looked at the screen, man. I ain't gonna do that, man. What is the value of the vet? Nah, ain't none of my business. That's your business. But you, at the end of the day, that's crazy, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if you can. You signed off on it?
Yeah, we signed off on it, but we can just do it again. He ain't that type of person. Trust me. He's not the type.
What you gonna go to and say? Hey, man, I messed up.
I'm gonna be real. Just like we being real right here, right?
What if he be like, nah, man, this the terms, man. This business.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but I know him. I don't think he'll do that.
Hey, you saw how he looked at the screens up, Chuck? I said, all right, let me leave that alone.
I'm already getting texts right now talking about we need to talk. Whoever people texting me now.
I guess. Hey, I gave my. No,
it's from other people.
That's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, check it out. I gave my disclaimer at the beginning. You know,
good,
listen.
Learn a lot.
Hey, business is business, man.
It is, man.
Here's the thing.
I don't care what anybody got to say about it.
Check this out. Here's the thing about testimonials, because I wish I would have had a me back in 2010 when I first got started. I picked up really quick because I got a degree in business, right? Mm-hmm. So I was able to pick up stuff real quick, all right? But there was a lot of things that I wish I knew that I didn't have nobody to go through, and I had to figure that stuff out. So look, these testimonials, it's not even harsh. It's just accountability. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is if you don't take care of your business the right way, ain't nobody else going to do it for you. Ain't nobody else interested in looking into your books and running your business because it's not their business, right? So, you know, you got to have accountability in order for you to turn things around. Sometimes you got to have these harsh lessons in order to ultimately get things in order, right? So,
yeah,
I don't know what text you getting, but like some of these numbers and stuff, you're supposed to know this.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you my career average profit margin, my whole business career. I know how much money I lost today. I know how much money I made today. I looking at things 4-5 times a day. I have to know what's coming in. I have to know what's going out every day because I got different streams of revenue, different portfolios. I need to know where I'm making money at. I need to know where I'm losing money at. I need to know if I'm up for the day. I need to know if I'm down for the day. Yesterday, I was up 5%. Today, I made so much money in one asset that it covered for my losses. And I'm still up 1% on the day. This is every day. Every day. And every day I invest 25% of my income back into other assets. 25% of my income every day goes right back out. Every day. I got it set up automatically. I have it set up automatically.
Yeah.
So your numbers, and it goes back to scale. You say you want to scale, right? You're never going to be able to scale if you don't know what's coming in and going out. How you think I got the 15 trucks by knowing what was coming in and knowing what was going out. I knew what was going out. And I minimized what was going out because I knew I wanted this to grow. I scaled in a year, 15 trucks. I was buying a truck every 2 months. Then I started buying 2. Do you think I was able to accomplish that not knowing what was coming in? Or misappropriating funds? Nah. No. You got to know these things, man. You have to know these things. You should know these things like that.
No, I'm about to get on it, man. Get on it, man.
You know, you looking at your phone. I don't know who texting you. It's
Learn
probably
the
Big
lesson,
Russ.
man.
It's probably Big Russ.
Who's that, Big Russ? What he
I
saying?
don't know. Big Russ said need to revise the contract. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know Big Russ? Or is that somebody just tweaking? Trolling in the chat.
What is he saying? Because I might know that. I might know him.
No,
man.
that ain't Big Russ. Big Russ don't know you. He just messing with you. How much did you pay off to bro altogether so far?
Oh, man. When I started in April. Shoot, all together. Go back.
Forget it, bro. Forget it, bro. Don't worry about it. Get your stuff together, man. Get it together, man. You want to grow, man. You gotta have this together, bro. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You gotta get your books in order. You'll never grow. Never will grow if you don't got your books in order. All right? Get them in order, bro. You got anything you want to say? Huh?
1,600 so far.
Since
1,600 what? Since
paid
April?
them yeah.
So that's $400 a month.
Yeah. 1,600.
Well, you only paid them for 4 months there.
Yeah.
But the way you got it structured, 48 months at $397, let's say 400, that's 19 grand. That's way more than 25%.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and revise.
That's 90%. So the way you should have structured this deal is, look, I need the 10 grand. Can you put the 10 grand down? I'll pay you 25 points on the dollar.
So 25 points on the dollar. What's that? 12?
25%, man.
All right.
I want to buy 10,000 for you for $2,500. You give me 10, I give you back 12,500. So he's making $2,500 for loaning you 10. But on a deal like that, you're gonna have to aggressively pay him back. Like, you can't stretch this out for 4 years. It don't even
make sense to do that. I don't know why I did that.
Well, it wouldn't even, like, it's not even good for you to stretch it out that long. You need to get him out the way quick. It's $7,500 that's unaccounted for right now. You could have sent $5,000 of that to him. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you need to talk to him and restructure that, because the way you going on for 4 years at $400, that's $19,000.
Yeah.
So basically, you bought another van. You bought 3/4 of another van off a $10,000 down payment, plus the note that you paid, the $750. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Lesson learned. I'm gonna get on it.
So it's a lot of things you need to work on, man. We're gonna bring you back next season, man. We're gonna bring you back next season.
I'm gonna be following up with you tomorrow about this stuff. I'm about
Yeah,
to get
man.
on.
DM me, man. DM me. You need to get on your business, man. You need to get
All
on
right.
your business, man. You got anything you want to say? Wifey in the chat, man. She talking about, man, I should go harder on you.
She said go hard on me. She about to be going hard when I get off this joint. Knowing her anyway, and whoever else watching. I got a lot of influence, so people watching me, they're gonna be holding me accountable. I've been getting mad
You saying
messages right
people texting you, they ain't saying nothing in the chat, but
now, but
I want to know
they texting me directly right now.
what they saying. They said, man, this dude, who is this dude?
They
That's
tripping,
what
you
I.
tripping.
They say I'm tripping or you tripping.
No, hey, I'm tripping.
Oh,
I'm tripping.
yeah.
You
So
gotta get on your stuff, like all
yeah.
type of stuff.
So
I get held accountable pretty high, so y'all gotta.
yeah,
It's all right.
you need to you need to step it up, bro. You ain't gonna never scale at that, bro. Straight up. Like even with the whole van talking about they gonna hold, man, ain't nobody gonna hold nothing for you, man. If it's a dog in there like me, I'm taking it. I don't care about your kids. I don't care about nothing. It's about me, my business, my employees. You watch all my lives. You see from my audience versus these other content creators' audiences, my audience is wolves. I only want wolves watching me. I train and I coach people to be wolves. It's business. It's not personal. You thinking something in business is going to be waiting on you for to get back, you sadly mistaken, because it's going to be a person like me in there that's going to take advantage of your downfall. How you think I came up in the moving business so quick? I came in the moving business during the housing market crash. So people's misfortunes was my upcoming. People were losing. All those moves we was doing in 2010, 2011 were all foreclosures. I had a woman fall into my arms crying after we moved the last item in. We moved her from a downtown Chicago high-rise on the penthouse floor to a 4-story walk-up on top of a corner liquor store. When we moved that last item in, listen what I said, I'm in Chicago. A downtown high-rise. I think his phone probably got hot. From the penthouse to a 4-story walk-up on top of a liquor store. The last item we brought in, the lady fell into my arms crying. I feel bad for these people, but people's misfortune was my come up. You know what I'm saying? It's business. It's not personal. You can't think anything is going to be on hold for you when you get back. This is why you have cash flow. This is why you have cash flow. If you have a dedicated route, it's dedicated. You have a commitment. They don't care about your shortcomings or your truck. Get another truck. It's dedicated. If you can't get it, we got a bunch of people waiting to get in here. Freight is already slow enough. So I'm going to give Big Zoe about another minute or two to come back in here. His phone probably got hot, or his iPad, or whatever he's streaming on. I'm going to give him another minute to come back. While I'm waiting, I'll take a few questions. If he's not back in the first 2 or 3 minutes, then I'm going to go ahead and end the live, man. I'm going to go ahead and end the live, man. And, man, I don't, this is the biggest thing that I come across on these testimonials. And a lot of people get a lot of information from them. But people ain't teaching y'all this. Ain't nobody teaching this. When I watch other people and I listen to other people and I look at these clowns on Instagram, all they telling people is to tap in, hit the link, buy this Amazon, this, and you got this guy.
It died.
Yeah,
bro.
I figured. So yeah, man, get your stuff in order, bro. Get it in order, man. Because I had a long conversation with you a week ago. For I talked to you while I was at the gym for free for an hour. It was people walking up to me in the gym like, man, I watch you on YouTube. I'm talking to people in the gym walking up to me, talking to you, and trying to get a workout. I didn't charge you for that.
You didn't.
I gave you the consultation for the loan.
Which I ain't doing.
You let me down because you took the blueprint. You went from 4,000 to 11,000 to 19,000 off the blueprint. So you followed the blueprint. The blueprint works.
It does.
But these live streams that I've been doing for the past month, where I talked about personal expenses, where I talked about lifestyle, like your personal living, like either you're gonna have to make more money and decrease your cost of living. You made more money, but this is what you did. You made more money, and as you made more money, you increase your lifestyle. You ain't at that point yet. You ain't at that point. Your lifestyle, you gotta grow. You gotta grow.
Yeah.
You know? If I can live at the crib, my first M, I was still at the crib. I did my first M in 2014. I moved out and got this place in September 2014. My first M was in 2014. I was still at the crib 3/4 of that year. Lost my girl January that year. Fat. Did I? Hey.
Yeah.
But I had that decision though. Like, I need that bread. I need it.
Hey, yo.
And
Yeah,
guess what? I'm 43. Listen, I'm 43. No kids, not married. You know what I was doing in my 30s?
Working, scaling.
So where did the sacrifice come in at for me? You can't make that sacrifice. You already done made a decision to have a family. But where did my sacrifice come in at?
The family. The
All
family ain't
right.
staying at the
So
crib.
all right, so that was the cost that it cost for me to get to where I'm at, right? So boom. You already got a family. You're gonna have to spend a lot more time, right? You have to work hard. You're working hard, it's obvious. You're following the blueprint. In order to follow the blueprint, that comes with hard work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not following the other blueprints that I set out as far as the sacrifice, as far as your lifestyle. Your lifestyle can't scale right now with the money. You should be trying to find ways to even furthermore decrease your lifestyle, your living expenses. And you need to get your books in order. So,
That's a fact.
you know, what can I help? What can I do to help Big Zo stay 10 toes?
Who said that?
It must be your wife, Mark by Mo.
Yeah.
5-star already told her to take over the administrative side of the business. She gonna need to learn how to handle the books and hold you accountable. I mean, you know, if she's your wife, and I'm not gonna get too much into your personal business because I saw how you looked up at the camera before. But if she's at home, then somebody gonna have to account. Like, sacrifice gonna have to come from both sides. If this is the only source of income y'all got coming in, right?
Yeah.
So then you really need to buckle down. You don't have the luxury of staying at home. You started a family already. So you're gonna have to spend more time working, less time home, but you're gonna have to appropriate those funds correctly because things happen like this right here we have it right now. The truck breaking down, the van breaking down. So then what? This is the only source of income. It's the only source of income. You don't have a diversified portfolio of different businesses while one business is struggling. When my trucking business was struggling, I got the moving business. The whole 2017, my trucking business struggled. Why? Because I became the 3PL. I got all the freight coming to the warehouse, right? But because I'm a 3PL, I got to wait to get paid when nonstop get paid. Well, you got a warehouse. You ain't no independent contractor. You got a warehouse. You got money. So you can wait 120 days. So pretty much all the money that I made in 2017, I didn't get paid to 2018. And guess what? All the trucking money started to dwindle down. What floated the trucking company? The moving company. My portfolio of business was diversified. I had another business to keep this business afloat. And then after that business was keeping that business afloat, when the wintertime came around, it really became tight. Like I've had ups and downs of businesses too. Like my business just ain't just right. Because if it was, I wouldn't be able to sit here to tell you people what to do to get them out of the jams because I've been in those jams before. So things happen. You got to be prepared for it. And, you know, the best way to be prepared is to have capital, which means you can't misappropriate the capital. You have to hold account for the capital. So, you know, pay yourself a little, enough to take care of your family and your kids, and that's it. Everything else should be in a business.
Fact.
You got any questions for me before we get out of here?
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you offline though. It's about the other thing we were talking about. I want to ask you offline. This for like 5 minutes. It's 5 more minutes. But everything else, nah, I'm good. I got held accountable tonight, and
So your wife she gonna have to step up and take care of them books. You know, she gonna have to take care of them books. Y'all gonna have to work as a team. Your books is gonna hold you back from scaling, bro. You'll never be able to scale if that money ain't accounted for. Like it's not gonna happen, bro. I don't even know what else to tell you. I done told you in a few different ways. So
yeah.
If you ain't got no questions, then everybody in the chat, man, we had 130 people tonight. We still holding on to about 100 people. So everybody was, just step it up, bro.
Appreciate y'all watching though, man. Appreciate y'all watching.
You got anything you want to say to the people out there watching?
Yeah, man. Next time I come back up here, it's gonna be a different story. This is motivating. This not. I don't feel nothing. This is motivating for me because I need because being held accountable is what we need. And I'm a grown man and a businessman at the end of the day. And this is why I came to you. This is why I'm on here now because I knew I was doing things wrong to begin with before I even came up here. So I knew this was gonna happen. So I'm gonna take everything tonight and hit it tonight. As soon as we get off the live, start looking at all this stuff again and correct these errors that I got going on before it get any worse. But Mark, I'm definitely gonna be hollering at you though, for sure.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Man, I'm
Mark,
gonna be honest with you. Yeah, yo.
You stay
Go
on
ahead.
for like 4 minutes.
Once the outro go out, you'll be able to hear me. Just let the outro play out. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody. I'm not feeling hold y'all, guys. I've been cooking all week. I really want to take tomorrow off. I might do a show tomorrow. I might not. If y'all don't see me, if y'all don't see me tomorrow night, then I did tonight. Me and Kurt did last night. Me and Kurt did Monday night. Did I do something Sunday night? I think we did do something. Oh yeah, we did the thing with E Double Sunday. I had an extra night because I had to listen to E Double. Then we did Monday, we did Tuesday, we did Wednesday. So I might do a show tomorrow. Just keep your notifications on. If not, guys, I gotta take a day off. And if I take tomorrow off, the Chicago Marathon is Sunday, so I won't be able to leave the house because I live downtown Chicago and they're gonna have the streets blocked off. So I'm gonna be stuck in the house all day Sunday. I can't leave because of the marathon. If I don't do a show tomorrow, I'll make up for it Sunday, guys. I'll do a good show for y'all Sunday. So I appreciate y'all. If you want to be on testimonials, if you're not scared, if you ain't scared, I'm gonna put my email right here in the chat. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. I'm gonna pin it to the top. Matter of fact, I know we gotta get Interstate Screw. There's a few more people that's been in my email. We gotta get a few more people. So man, yeah, if you want to come up, just go ahead and jump in line. Jump in line. Email me at mark@thementormark.com and we'll schedule you to come on up. All right? All right, y'all. I'm finna holler at him. I may see y'all tomorrow. I may not. Peace. Jay Salmon said they running past your house. Yeah, man. My crib is on the route, man. Unfortunately, it sucks, but it is what it is. All right, man. Peace. Y'all.